washed, but you know.
Oh, you know what, TJ? No, man.
Washed.
No. You think you're gonna get off easy? This is Fighting Boys, TJ.
Fuck you.
It's fucking
Piece
Fighting Boys.
Shut up.
Don't you fucking attack me, TJ.
Shut up, Scotty.
Don't you attack me. Look, don't you attack me.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Won't you make me shut my fucking mouth, bitch? You fucking grease
No
ball.
one here listen you talk, bitch.
Oh, man. TJ, I'm out of Crisco. One second.
No one here.
Oh, thanks, man. I got enough now.
Test. Why is my mic always fucking... We got the same ass mic. I don't know why mine fucking comes in all weak and shit.
Because you a weak-ass bitch.
And yours comes in so much stronger even when you're fucking...
Because I'm fucking powerful!
Punk ass bitch. I don't look at these fucking settings.
Look at your fucking settings. Oh, it must be the settings.
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz, guys. It's the settings that made me into a little bitch.
Yeah, it's a bitch. I was on the bitch setting.
Oh, shit. Nice. You sound like... Now you're like, it's me, TJ.
I don't know. Mine was... I don't know. Chest check. 1 2 1 2.
What did you do?
I just changed shit.
Fucking shit did you change?
I changed the shit. I made the shit different. And now it's better.
Oh, man, that's a really good explanation.
Yeah.
I fucking changed some stuff.
That's probably too much, honestly.
Yeah, dude, I changed some stuff, and now it's different. Wow, okay. Late.
Right, I'm putting it there. Let's see. We're not
fucking late.
Fuck you.
Don't you call me late.
We ain't late
smack
for
the shit out to you.
Little punk-ass bitch motherfucker. We ain't late for nothing. You don't talk to us that way.
Don't you fucking even think about talking to me that way.
Don't you talk
buddy.
to us that way, motherfucker.
Listen, pal. You try to talk to me and my brother that way, and we'll kick the shit out you.
So today on Fighting Boys, we got a lot of interesting topics. Like, first topic of the day is we're gonna fucking talk. We're doing Holocaust things, guy. We're doing that thing where we like try to figure out.
We determined that if we had the Holocaust discussion, that would be banned immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we kind of figured out it was actually going to be an episode that satirically debated as our question: did the Holocaust happen?
Yeah.
And
well,
of course,
I guess we can't do that one.
Yeah, I guess not, because even though it'd be complete satire, people in the audience, per what YouTube has told us, you guys are dum-dums.
I mean, yeah, like people
that would feel like, wow, this is a legitimate debate between two serious people.
In fairness to YouTube, a lot of the audience, a lot of the time, is pretty dumb.
Yeah, but these are our patrons, dude. They're not dumb.
These people are smart.
I mean, like, look, they fucking know what's going on. They're like, okay, I get the programming. So, like, they understand. We're not talking about the people that understand. We're talking about the people the dum-dums who gets the link somehow. It's like surreptitiously gets slid to them, like, here's a link to something. And then they're like, this is legitimate. Oh, my God. I'm calling up that guy that wrote that book about bad shit that happened to Jews. I don't even know his name, but I'm writing him right now.
He's getting writ, motherfucker.
He's getting fucking writ. What's that dude that fucking... I think he's dead now. The guy that wrote that crazy-ass book about the Holocaust. You know what I'm talking about?
There's... That, like, literally is
that
like...
fucking crazy-ass fucking... No! There's only one dude that did it.
There's a lot of dudes.
There's only one dude that did that.
There's a lot of books about the Holocaust, I'm pretty sure.
The book's called The Night or something.
Oh,
it's a very
Eli Wiesel,
yeah, or something like that.
Wiesel?
Yeah. I'm writing to his ass. And he's gonna fucking report you to the fucking Hague and shit.
I'm pretty sure that dude is fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
I'm pretty sure that dude is fucking dead.
They finally got him, huh? The Germans finally got him.
I feel like he died like a few years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see. Eli Wiesel. That's a fucking fucked up book, Scotty.
Oh shit, dude. Please.
Yeah, he died in 2016, Scott. He's been dead a minute.
And how was he killed, TJ? How was he killed?
Residual injuries from the Holocaust, bro.
Fuck, dude.
Residual. Some of the Holocaust shrapnel was still in his ass, and it killed him. So, there you go. Me Asian, me can't be dumb. Yeah, that's right.
We also talked about how Manson could avoid his legal problems.
Yeah, me and Scott were talking about how, like, Marilyn Manson could, like, just move to Japan. And then he's just fine.
Okay, so here's my plan for Manson. Okay, because look, we know Manson's pretty much completely fucking guilty. I mean, look, you have your little denials, whatever. Manson's guilty as shit. Here's what happens: Manson goes to Japan, and because, like, it's like he's an aging American rock star. He just says a bunch of shit like, Japan is the greatest country in the world. I love Japan, and I'm moving. And like, then he has some concert set up like Manson Fest or whatever in Japan.
Yeah,
he sucks a Japanese dick. The fucking Emperor of Japan gives Manson a medal. Manson then pushes for a law to create a very specific law that anyone who's been given a medal by the Emperor, it is illegal under Japanese law to extradite that person to any country.
Right.
They can face maybe justice in Japan if the Emperor or whatever so chooses, but but they pass a law, and this is passed through the, I know the Emperor is like a ceremonial and shit there, but it's a legitimate law that's passed. Manson Then comes out and becomes the biggest Japanese celebrity ever. Everybody's like, I did it all. I'm guilty as shit.
Yeah, Rachel Wood, I killed that bitch.
I mean, he then becomes the biggest thing the fucking like Japan has ever seen. Like, they even have a reality show like we call it getting Mansanoed. Like, so it's like you do some fucked up shit and it's like, Mansano. It's like, oh,
look,
God, my God.
I tried to believe Marilyn Manson, but honestly, when I saw, like that guy said, the Corey Feldman accusations of like Manson fucking took Corey Feldman out to like a dinner and was like, this is Corey Feldman. And like, oh my God, like, can you imagine? Like, he literally did that. He literally brought Corey Feldman to a dinner and was like, hey guys, it's Corey Feldman. And he's like,
guilty.
I mean, like, holy shit. I mean, have you ever heard of such a disgusting fucking abuse in your life?
Look, there's damning evidence,
He brought him to fucking dinners, guys.
There's damning evidence,
He brought him to dinner and introduced him to people. That's fucking sick.
And then there's Corey Feldman evidence, dude. If Corey Feldman makes an accusation, it's the same as like, I hate to use this
Corey
reference,
Feldman,
but it's like the gospel truth, TJ. It's
right,
just, it's unerring.
I mean, look, a lot of people out there will tell fucking tall tales and fucking do stuff just to stay in the limelight, but Corey Feldman's not like that.
No.
One thing we know about Corey Feldman, he's fucking airtight, rock solid. He knows his shit. He knows what he's fucking talking about. You know what I mean?
It's an authoritative source of information.
Corey Feldman, yeah, that's right. He's angelic to the core. All right?
If you use, like, it's like, we want to determine the mass of something, right? And on one side, you have, like, NASA and, like, MIT. And then the other side, you have Corey Feldman. And it's like, look, we have all these scientific instruments to measure mass. I'm like, oh, no. Corey Feldman picked that thing up. He picks it up and is like,
how's Corey Feldman spending this? Dude.
2.3 kilograms.
Wait, you don't know about this? Hold on.
2.3 kilograms, and I trust Corey Feldman. That's the kind of evidence we're talking about here, people.
Dude, listen to this fucking story of abuse, guys.
Are we sure we should do this?
I don't even want to dredge this back up.
No, man. We already got to start fighting, dude. I don't want you to do this, man.
I mean, guys.
TJ, please. I'm trying to censor this. TJ, please don't do this.
I used to love this man, this Marilyn Manson, but when I saw what he did to Corey Feldman.
This is really hard, dude. TJ, look, these people aren't ready for this.
Okay, I'm going to read you this. The night at Marilyn Manson tried to use and abuse me.
By the way,
as his play toy by trying to manipulate me into breaking my 5 year of sobriety to snort cocaine with him.
I want to point out
while gaslighting me for his press tour.
I want to point out that this is all written in all caps.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful.
Occasionally he does go to lowercase.
Well, most of it's in lowercase. But this opening,
but the beginning is
for the sake of letting you know how important this is. While gaslighting me for his press tour on mechanical animals was where the decades-long mental and emotional abuse began. Luckily, I was not physically harmed that night as we got out safely. But that was just the beginning of my nightmare. Hashtag I stand with Evan and any and all survivors of his demented abuse. I want you guys to listen to this shit. Manson has been obsessed with me for over 2 decades. Don't hashtag believe me. Just look at the published facts. He first wrote several passages about me in his book, Long Hard Road Out of Hell, as we had met a few months prior to that at a premiere for Howard Stern Private Practice. That's where the grooming process began. He started grooming him.
Dude, you know what, TJ? He went to,
Corey Feldman was just a 27-year-old boy at the time.
TJ, look, you're making fun of him, but he went to a film premiere, dude.
He won't.
And started getting groomed.
Scott, you hear what I just said?
Yes.
Manson wrote about meeting Corey Feldman in his book. Do you think that's appropriate behavior to write about another celebrity that you met somewhere in your book?
That shows his
sick.
It showed a fucking clear path of just psychopathy, TJ, and obsession. If you meet someone famous, what's the first thing you think to do? Tell somebody? Write about it? No, you conceal that fact from everyone because you don't want to seem like that fucking dude. Like, I just met someone famous. Do you want to be that guy?
Listen to this. He grabbed my face in front of the crowd and kissed me with his black lipstick, and I couldn't rub off all night.
Disgusting.
It was that magical lipstick that easily transfers to another person, but then is impossible to get off. You know how that kind of lipstick is. He proceeded to gush all over me, telling me what a huge fan of mine he was. Oh, God! It's a fucking nightmare. If this is grooming, if this is even remotely approaching abuse, then literally every person that's ever approached me at a meetup is horribly abused me.
They are then. Yep.
Hey, TJ, I'm a huge fan. It's like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Stop grooming me.
You grooming me, bitch? Trying to groom me right now, motherfucker?
And then he introduced him to Billy Corgan? And this is like a punishment?
Yeah. And then he introduced me to Billy Corgan. This is all documented in this book. Ah!
So he got to go to a premiere for a
he
was
movie
nice
to me. he
walked
said
up,
he liked me.
He walked up, started
he
kissing.
introduced me to Billy Corgan. No!
Yeah, can I start getting punished and groomed like this, please? Because I really would like to do that. If like, can I meet a rock star and then get to meet another rock star and then told how I'm like the best person ever?
Months later, he called me on Christmas morning to wish me a Merry Christmas and invite me to a dinner party around the release of his book.
Oh, man.
I can't believe it. When I walked in the room, so he accepted the invitation, it was clear I was the guest of honor as the whole room stopped to take pictures of the moment as he hugged me and grabbed my hand and led me to the table by his side. The pic is from that moment. We later went back to his home where the nightmare began. He has messed with my life ever since. No. No!
If that's true, why is he telling tales from like 20 years ago?
He brought me to dinner. He liked me.
He
took pictures with me.
No, did he invite him to dinner?
He introduced me to his friends.
He was the guest of honor at the dinner, dude. It's like, so he shows up. And it's like, this has all been arranged. Oh, my God. Corey Feldman, so good to see you. Oh, you're my friend. Come sit next to me, Corey Feldman. Oh, my God, I'm about to be abused. I'm so scared. I'm so scared that someone took me to a fancy restaurant and then again kissed my ass and wanted to be my friend. Even though I'm a fucking has-been at this point. But still, man, it's abuse.
Corey Feldman is a fucking retard. Okay.
If he thinks this is abuse, then, like, God, he's desperate, dude.
Oof.
God, he is so fucking desperate to just try to get any attention.
I know, it's so sad. Anyway. So we got a few things planned out here for you guys and stuff. A few little thingamajigs.
What we got?
Got some things, Scotty.
What?
Got some things, Scotty.
Talk about this fucking show, Dexter, dude. Oh, man. Anyone like the show's a fucking sucker.
Dexter.
If you like this show, well, I know one thing about you immediately. You're a fucking idiot. You're
Scotty,
a fucking sucker.
You've watched this entire show.
Did I say I was excluded from that comment?
I mean, you're trying to make it kind of is implied that you're like, when you say like anyone who watches this show's a fucking dumbass.
Nah, dude. I'm fucking. You know how I know? Because I got fucking suckered in by this fucking stupid ass piece of shit show, dude. Fuck Clyde Phillips. Fuck Michael C. Hall. And fuck everyone associated with this goddamn miserable ass show. Even the shit that I liked.
Even the shit that I like can go fuck itself.
Dude, if I ever got to fucking meet Michael C. Hall, I'd give him a fucking piece of my mind. I'd be like, I know you actually ain't fucking
C.
Dexter.
Hall, fuck you, bitch.
You ain't actually Dexter, bitch. Can't do shit. And all I could do was be like, well, sir, that's your opinion. That's all I would get is like, well, that's your opinion, buddy.
So we're gonna do a
Piece
ranking.
of fucking shit.
We're gonna do a ranking of the Dexter seasons. Okay. So before me and Scotty were talking about this, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you're not Dexter fans, I just want to explain to you something that's unique about Dexter. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So Dexter went down in history with the end of season 8 for having one of the worst all-time season finales ever fucking put to television, right? One of the worst ones. Like, literally, like, textbook. Like, if you look up any fucking list, like, I'll show you right now. I'm going to go into Google and I just type in, like, worst season finales
Dexter and Breaking Bad
time.
ended in the same year, and it was like the stark contrast. Everyone's like, oh my God, Breaking Bad, beautiful, amazing ending.
So the first fucking result in Google, worst TV series finales ever. Number 1, How I Met Your Mother. Number 2, Dexter.
I mean, yeah.
So
give that an upvote.
I don't know where the fuck is this must have been before Game of Thrones happened.
True Blood? Yeah, did True Blood also shit ending?
Did it?
Oh God.
What is this? Why is it so hard to end a fucking show?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, so Dexter has one of the worst all-time endings of ever. One of the worst endings. And for years and years and years, we just got to live with it. You know, it's like, man, Dexter, that was a fun show, but man, that ending, oof. And me and Scotty, I remember every once in a while, like, it traumatized me. Okay? It traumatized Scotty, too. I know it did, because every fucking few years, probably at least once or twice a year, honestly. Even fucking years later, like 6 or 7 years later, like once or twice a year, it would come up and we'd have a fucking passionate ass discussion about how bad the ending of Dexter sucked.
Oh my God, dude. At least once a fucking year, if not more. At least.
I'm being fucking conservative with this shit. Okay? And then years and years pass and the rumblings start to happen. Dexter's coming back. Dexter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Well, first
Clyde Phillips is back. Okay, so let me explain this to you as well, in case if you're not a Dexter fan. Okay, first 4 seasons written and fucking the showrunner was a dude named Clyde Phillips, and those seasons are well regarded, especially season 4.
Clyde Phillips is the writer of Dexter.
Writer and director.
Yeah, creator.
I don't know if he's director, but writer and creator. Not creator either. Just writer of the show. Showrunner. He makes the major creative decisions on the fucking show for the first 4 seasons, which everyone likes if you like Dexter. And then there's the other 4 seasons. It's way more debatable. There's fans that like this season or that season or whatever. But it's like way more contested.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean, I think most people agree that it didn't like totally just go to absolute fucking dog shit like the instant Clyde Phillips was gone, but like it definitely deteriorated when he left. Anyway, some new guys running the show. By the time it got to season 8, shit was fucking bad, and like the ending fucking was just horrible. All right, and I can explain it to you.
Entire season.
We'll get to it because we're gonna talk about all these seasons in a minute. But like, so anyway, years and years go by. They bring Dexter back. Dexter coming back. Clyde Phillips is back in charge. He's gonna fucking do his ending because he's not happy with the ending either. It's like, oh fuck, okay. We're watching it. It's getting good. It's getting tense. Stuff's happening. It's getting fucking real crazy. Episode 9, the second to last episode, had like a 9.7 on IMDB. Holy shit! The people are loving it. The people are eating out of his hand. Oh, this is fucking great! And then Clyde Phillips in the last episode proceeded to give us an ending that is arguably worse than the one that fucking traumatized us for years. And honestly, at first, I didn't think it was worse. But the more it marinates in my fucking soul, the more I'm pretty fucking convinced it's goddamn worse. Because you know what? At least that original ending, there was a way. I'm going to do some serious spoilers here, so if you ever want to watch this show, you might just want to skip this fucking shit.
Spoil.
But listen, Dexter's fucking dead. So there's no fucking way it can be fixed unless you literally do like, it was all a dream or some shit. Dexter's fucking dead now. There's no way to even fix it anymore.
Your Dexter's dead. I told TJ the way I felt when it happened was like this, and I'll just put TJ in my role after I saw the ending for Dexter New Blood. It's TJ in the ring. TJ's standing there. Oh, and TJ and Michael C. Hall have had a hell of a battle. They put each other through a hell in a cell. They put each other through hell. Oh, TJ's busted wide open. Michael C. Hall is limping across the ring. And what's this? Oh, it's Clyde Phillips. It's Clyde Phillips. He's always coming here. But whose side is he on? Is he here to help TJ the fan? Or is he here to help Michael C. Hall, Dexter? Oh, what's this? Oh, TJ's stumbling up. Oh, he's helping TJ up. Oh, he's looking at the audience. TJ, Michael C. Hall finding his way to his feet. Oh, he looks like he's stumbling. And what's this? Clyde Phillips trying to TJ? What's this? Oh, God, a steel chair! TJ's down! TJ's down! Oh, dear God! TJ's not moving! Oh, Michael C. Hall's running over and TJ slides on top. 1, 2, 3, it's over! It's over! Oh, God, the show is over! We got you again, bitch! Got you again! Oh, TJ! Oh, there's an ambulance coming! There's paramedics! They're taking away TJ in a stretcher! Dear God, he's dead! They killed him! They killed TJ! He's fucking dead!
Except, not only does he kill me, he also kills Dexter.
He also kills
and
fucking
takes a
Dexter.
shit in Dexter's mouth.
It's fucking horrible, dude.
Look, this is what
it's
this
awful.
Is what he really did.
It's awful.
I'm not gonna get quite as enthusiastic as you because I don't want to fucking rape my throat screaming like that. But basically, Clyde Phillips runs into the ring, knocks us both out with a fucking steel chair, puts us into the center of the ring, pulls down his pants, takes a big shit all over me and Dexter.
Please, Clyde. Please.
Empties our wallets and then runs out of the fucking arena. While the fans are just like throwing fucking trash at us, you know? saying it's the worst thing they've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, what was I haven't looked into this. What was the fan reaction?
Oh, just utter fucking, they detest it.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you the fucking, R. Dexter.
I haven't really looked into that. I know the first 8 episodes. I mean, there's definitely some negative reviews, but I feel like a lot of fans of Dexter are pretty positive about it. I mean, even up to 9, really. I mean, it's like, yet again, the last episode where it's just like...
Here, I'll do, like, top for, like, the month. It's probably all going to be hate for the finale. Here is a cute pic of MCH to cleanse this sub.
Oh, God. Yeah, you know that's bad.
Angel Batista in episode 11.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, God. What a piece of shit. What is this? Gets an email. Madra de Dios. Dexter is alive. Pulls 10-year-old file he had sitting in his drawer. I'll be there first thing tomorrow with everything I got. Never heard of again.
That's how it happens,
How
man.
dis-fucking respectful. A nice detail from the last episode. I guess there's some fucking emails from other characters. Good morning to everyone except Showtime, who has now somehow absolutely botched the Dexter finale not only once, but twice. I don't know who that bitch is, but she right. A lot of people bitching that the Angel thing never happened. The greatest villain Dexter's ever faced. Oh, you'll get that if you fucking see the season 9. What the hell just happened? Dexter gets arrested. He directs Angela Kurt's cabin. The FBI is getting involved. Batista's on his way to Iron Lake. Dexter kills Logan. He asks Harrison to kill him so he can be normal. Harrison actually does it. Credits roll.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, oh my God, bro. Oof. Oof. Anyway. Let's do this. We're going to rank the seasons of Dexter, okay? We're going to rank the seasons. Yeah, Harrison killed us. It's fucking...
Yeah.
We'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it. So I got all the seasons of Dexter. I put them in order. Seasons 1 through fucking 9. Or seasons 1 through 8. And then the limited series that is Dexter New Blood. Whatever you want to fucking think of it as. So, we got a few different fucking categories here. Yeah, fucking brilliant, fucking pretty goddamn fucking good, fucking okay, fucking not great. This is fucking trash.
Do you just want to go in order? Do you want to just pick our favorites?
We got to do it in order, I think.
Okay, well, I'm good with that.
And we'll argue about it if we fucking come to a fucking place where we disagree.
All right, how about the fucking one that started it all, Dexter Season 1?
Dexter Season 1.
So
this is the Ice Truck Killer season.
So this is fucking trash to fucking brilliant.
This is the only season. Sorry, go ahead, Scott.
So I'm saying, like, for me, I like this season, but I mean, I'm definitely not thinking fucking brilliant. I can tell you already, my thinking is that one's out the window.
Because if you fucking put this at fucking brilliant, there's definitely better seasons that come after it, right? So it's almost like you got nowhere left to go up if you fucking put it there.
This is fucking trash at the same time. No. So I'm definitely going to fall. This is going to fall somewhere in the middle, in my opinion. I mean, like.
So let's talk about some of the things that are good about this season.
Okay,
right?
sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Maria LaGuerta is this is the only season where she's actually written as a character that makes sense to be in the show. She's a fucking bitch that's supposed to be an antagonist for Deb. That's what she is in the fucking season.
She's a ball buster, basically.
Yeah, she's a ball busting bitch that's Deb's enemy. And in the books, she dies at the end of the book, and that's probably what they should have done here. Because the rest of the fucking whole series, she flounders around. They can't decide whether she's a good guy or a bad guy. She's a different fucking person every fucking season.
Material. There's no source material, so it's like she becomes kind of this catch-all character where she has varying interests and varying degrees of involvement.
Yeah, it's like there's seasons where she's a good guy. There's seasons where she's a bad guy. Sometimes she's a ball-busted bitch. Sometimes she's got a heart of gold. It's like you just never know. And, you know, honestly, I thought it was inconsistent writing, but I actually did have my wife, Chelsea, kind of defend it as saying, like, maybe it's because she's such a cunt that then she's, like, acts real nice for a while to, like, make it seem like, to, like, make amends for all the cunty shit she did. But then when she feels like she's made amends, she just turns into a cunt again. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's what's going on.
That's a nice fan theory, but in my opinion, it's just erratic writing.
Yeah, I feel like it's that, too. But the fucking, you know, I'm willing to give some credence to that other fucking point of view. We did watch.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
I watched the whole show pretty recently. Like to
me
prepare for
it's
Dexter New Blood.
It's definitely been a while since I've seen.
Have you seen it since we watched it on TV back in the day?
I've seen some of them again, but I've not gone back and said, hey, season 1 to season 8. No.
So it's a little bit fresher in my memory. So I'll kind of like jog your memory if you got any questions about.
You're probably going to have to do that because, I mean, the first 4 seasons I know pretty well. The other ones I definitely remember, but it's got to be more like, remember this happened kind of thing as opposed to.
So some of the cool shit about season 1, Dexter is really fucking funny. The plotting is really tight. The mystery about who the ice truck killer is pretty unpredictable. I feel like it's not something that necessarily some people might get it before it's actually revealed, but like I think a lot of people are probably not gonna fucking see it coming.
I didn't see it coming, to be honest.
You know, so the mystery's actually pretty good. The characters are pretty good. They're written pretty well. There's not a lot of stupid subplots, which even in later Clyde Phillips seasons, there was a lot more dumb subplots to pad things out. So it's pretty tight narratively. And it's a pretty fun season. The Ice Truck Killer is a fucking cool character. It's kind of neat seeing him. Dexter is a lot more of a fucking out-and-out sociopath in this season. They kind of give him more human emotions as the show goes on. So he's definitely
the first season
he's definitely more purely what you think of as the concept of Dexter in season 1.
I feel like shows initially they're relying so heavily on the source material, so I feel like they don't tend to break away. But then it's like as you go on, there's more improvisational stuff going on. Like Michael C. Hall has different ideas about the character. Obviously, he wants the character to be written different, like because he might want a different arc for that character. But in the beginning, I don't think everyone's kind of just come into it like we don't really know.
Yeah.
So you see that with a lot of shows. The first season can be wildly different than the rest of the series. Well, they kind of establish and work on things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, and like this fucking so like what's bad about the season? It's got like that trademark Dexter cheesiness that some people definitely find off-putting about the show, but obviously it doesn't bother me because like it's there from the fucking start. Like it's like the Dexter universe. It's not supposed to be super cheesy, but there's always supposed to be like a nice, like when the fucking maitre d' or whatever comes along is like, you want some cheese on this show? It's like, yeah, I'll take a little. And they just fucking ground some on there. Here you go. You know, it's like that. So Dexter's like, it has that cheesiness, but it's not like super strong in this season. It's kind of just like mild cheesiness going on.
I mean, the suspension of disbelief in some of the seasons has to be pretty large.
It definitely does not. Like a lot of shows nowadays want to feel big and cinematic. Dexter does not feel cinematic. It feels very much like a fucking TV show in the way that you think of a TV show, but in a good way. Like it's fun, it's digestible, but there's still like some depth and shit to the characters. I will say too that while I do think she did a great job in some later seasons and became way better as an actress, I do think Jennifer Carpenter's acting is pretty fucking awkward in this first season. She just like, I don't know. It's like she doesn't really, I don't think she's in the mind of the character yet. I feel like she's very much an actor reading lines.
She doesn't have any nuance in that role, especially in the beginning of it. She's just very much like, she's like very stiff. You're right. I mean, so like you never see her get more comfortable, but I think that's because like it's coming back to something. And I said, as opposed to like, you know, with Michael C. Hall, you feel like when you have a role like that, he really has to get into character because he's really, I mean, he has to make the show.
Right. And I mean, he was great from the fucking start.
Well, they wouldn't have done all these seasons if he wasn't excellent as a character.
He fucking ties it together. Like even, well, I can't really say that, but we'll get to it. So Dexter season 1, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's mostly good. I really struggle to think of too much bad about it. I'd have to put it at fucking pretty goddamn fucking good.
Now, do we want to be so generous right out the gate, TJ?
I don't know. Like, what do you got? I mean, like, if you're gonna move it down a rank, you gotta make an argument for why. You know?
I mean, look, it's like TNG first season, dude. It's the best season of TNG. No,
I'm not saying it. But I think Dexter comes out of the gate stronger than TNG does.
I don't know. Look, TJ, I don't know. That's a crazy thing to say.
I mean, the first season of TNG definitely has some really fucking awkward bad episodes.
You know, TJ, you're just the jerk.
Dexter does not have that. Now, granted, we're talking fucking serialized versus episodic. So,
I mean, comedy, not comedy, economy of scale.
Sure.
You know, I mean, like with Dexter's original season of what, like 10 episodes? 12. Yeah, TV shows have just gotten gradually less and less episodes every season.
It's because they're trying to look more and more cinematic, and they got to be bigger and more polished. So.
Yeah, but I doubt you get a 12-episode run for Dexter, even though he probably get 10.
He got 10. Yeah, he did. 10. We got 10.
Which is pretty standard now. I mean, some shows do even do 8.
I hate that, by the way. I would love to see more episodes of shows again. But anyway.
So you're, I mean, and I'm really torn with this one because.
Excuse me.
Yeah, some of the other seasons I want to shit on more.
If you want, but like, look, if you want to make an argument, I think that it doesn't reach the point of brilliance, but I think it reaches the point of pretty fucking goddamn good. And if you don't fucking think so, you got to fucking provide an argument for why. Why should we downgrade it from there?
I don't know. I just don't feel the show really hit its stride until later seasons. I don't know.
I agree that it didn't hit its stride, but its stride is fucking brilliant in my opinion.
There's bright spots, but you point out, Jennifer Carpenter's role. And there's not much subplot to it. And I'm not saying that you need a ton of subplot, but I think it would have been good if maybe there was a little more intrigue in the first season.
I don't know. I feel like there was plenty of intrigue in there. So where would you put it then?
I kind of lean towards if there was one between fucking okay and fucking good, I'd probably put it there.
There isn't. So you got to choose.
Fuck you. I'm going to say fucking okay. It's fucking okay.
Yeah, it's definitely better than fucking okay. You're just trying to get me to fucking put it in fucking good by wanting me to split the difference. But I guess I'll fucking do. But I disagree. I think it fucking belongs up here. So the second season of Dexter. This is the season. A lot of people say that this season probably should have been what they did in the final season of Dexter, where... the authorities are closing in on Dexter as the Bay Harbor Butcher. Dexter is in this crazy new relationship with this chick, Lila, who is like, at first it seems like maybe she's good for him because she's like helping him connect with more of like his humanity and stuff. But then it's just really like, no, she's just a psycho bitch that's like, an enabler, right, of his fucking dark side. The comedy in this fucking season is great, honestly. Like, this is probably the funniest Dexter gets in a lot of ways because there's just so much humor around Dexter, like, settling into this, like, family life and shit, and the comedic misunderstandings that happen. It almost gets a little fucking sitcom-y at times.
Yeah, it does.
But in, like, a kind of twisted way. And there's, like, one thing I love about early seasons of Dexter is there's so many lines where, like, someone will say something to Dexter that's like very ironic, and the audience is like, it's funny because he's a serial killer. They're like, Dexter, you're the best person I've ever known. Why can't there be more good people like you, Dexter? Or this or that or something like that.
His internal monologue of like, or more people on my table or some shit.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't even. They just kind of leave it there a lot of times for you to just be like, okay. Yeah,
I do love those. Yeah, when he's working in the crime lab, and they'd be like, yeah, you saved my life, Dexter. And he'll be like, okay. Right. It's funny because we know Dexter kills people.
Dexter's a murdering son of a bitch, bro.
Season 2 is definitely better than season 1.
I'd have to say you're right.
I mean, Dokes is a great fucking foil to Dexter.
And that's another thing is like, he probably should have been around longer.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, that's probably the most memeable line from the fucking show for sure. And the rivalry between them is great. Kind of leads to a sort of a weird place in this season where I guess we're doing spoil. We already spoiled the fucking ending of the whole show, so I can talk about whatever the fuck I want, right? Where fucking Dokes, Dexter's main rival, is basically like taken out by Lila, which is very convenient because like Dexter was facing this moral dilemma of like, what am I supposed to do about Dokes because he had him prisoner. And then, he doesn't have to decide because Lila offs him for no particular reason. Really.
And the moral dilemma too is that Dokes has not committed any murders.
Right.
Dexter kills, according to a very specific code of like, hey, you have to be someone that's basically you're a murderer, or a serial, like a rapist or whatever, and I'm taking you out for like the benefit of society. So like,
and he was trying to frame Dokes. Basically, he's like, well, I can't kill him because it's against my code, but I can frame him for murder, and trying to frame him to be pin the Bay Harbor Butcher thing on him, which is a pretty crazy fucking plan.
But that was successful ultimately.
Well, it was kind of fucking. It was a lot of that kind of just fell into place by happenstance, and then Dexter was just trying to like strengthen the fucking case because basically Dokes goes into Dexter's apartment, steals all his blood slides, has him in his car, and then the fucking FBI finds Dokes' car with all the fucking blood slides in it because he's on the run for some other unrelated shit because he went fucking psycho and shit. And they find the blood slides in his car, and they're like, oh shit, he's the Bay Harbor Butcher. These all match the fucking DNA from the fucking victims.
Yeah, then they've got him out in some like cabin in the fucking swamp or some shit. And of course, when he ends up dying, they just go, okay, well, it was Dokes. Dokes obviously did it.
Pretty decisive here.
And I mean, it's a gift wrapped at that point because all the fucking DNA is there. It's like, okay, yeah, he did do it.
But like,
how else would he have this shit?
He was a great fucking foil for Dexter. So it's like really kind of weird to take him out because like he definitely could have ran a few more seasons.
Oh God, yeah, like it was so premature. It was so premature taking Dokes out. I mean, they could have like that rivalry could have existed for at least 3 or 4 seasons.
Why is CJ smoking a Raw? Why not? What's wrong with it Raw? Did I miss something? Like, oh my God, they
dare
fucking...
you, TJ, smoking a fucking Raw. You disgust me, bitch.
Only losers smoke that brand of fucking paper.
Get a zigzag,
like, okay.
TJ.
I wasn't aware.
Don't you know
I was
anything?
supposed to be loyal to some other brand or something. So yeah, and like the domestic scene. I mean, just like it's a pretty. I mean, like the fucking. It's a way more high tension season than Dexter season 1. I think Clyde Phillips really is actually very good at ratcheting up tension in a show. So like when he was sticking more to the book, I don't think he was able to really fully do that. I think in season 2, like he's very good at like ending every episode. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a roller coaster ride.
And it's like every fucking episode, it's like, oh fuck, I can't wait to see what happens next. He's like the master of that shit, and he's at the fucking height of his powers in this season. Well, I think there is one season where he's a little higher, but whatever. We'll talk about
so
it.
my vote for this one would be pretty goddamn fucking good.
Pretty fucking
Because I already have,
goddamn
I'll be honest with you, I already have an idea
good.
where I want to put fucking brilliant at. I think you already know. But
Yeah, I mean,
season 3.
so season 3 is
total downgrade from season 2.
the Miguel Prado season. A lot of stuff about this season rubs me the wrong way.
Weak season for sure, like really weak. Just
so a lot of the themes from season 3 are like recycled, kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Dexter, the whole thing that was like with Lila was like, can Dexter form a real human relationship with someone who actually accepts him for who he truly is? Because he has to lie. Dexter has to lie to everyone around him. So it's like the idea of like, wow, I can really be myself around this person was already explored with Lila, but then they just decided to do it like again right away with Miguel Prado. It's like,
now it's maybe dude.
Maybe you don't need a girlfriend. Maybe what you need is a best friend, like a guy that understands you. Like a dude, you can be like, yeah, man, you know, we kill people because we're cool.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while, someone pisses you off and they do some really fucked up shit. Yeah, you know, some guys like to, you know, I don't know, go to the gym or sailing or some shit. I just like to be a serial killer.
The guy who played Miguel was way better. Listen, the dude who played Miguel, Jimmy Smits, is a good actor. And honestly, he plays Miguel well. It's like...
Yeah, he's not a bad actor or anything like that, no.
The character's not even really bad. It's just, like, redundant because you've already seen this plot line of, like, can Dexter trust?
And it's right after it. I mean,
and it's
yeah,
like,
so it's...
It even happened... I mean, it even kind of plays out the same way. Like... Just like, oh, Lila's actually a crazy bitch that's using you. Oh, Miguel's actually a crazy bitch that's using you. Like, so it's like the same fucking story again.
And there's just not enough action in that season. Like, it's not as interesting. It doesn't really ratchet it up. There's not as much. I mean, like, as far as the characters, it's not there.
I think there's a guy that's like killing people called like the Skinner or something that's going on. But he's
whatever.
like,
he's so lame.
He's like a fucking fake out because like the real villain is Miguel, but they don't want you to know that yet. So they're like, got to have some other guy they're setting up to like be a red herring. But Miguel he's a fun. I mean, I don't know. And so we had last season we had the Lila thing and we had the authorities are closing in on Dexter and some other shit and he's trying to fucking make his family life work.
Yeah, the FBI is like it feels like everything is going against Dexter. Like,
right.
It's like that season.
And that's why the tension was so crazy.
God,
but like,
it is.
In this season, it was almost like a breather because like, yeah, stuff's intense and stuff, but like you got Miguel Prado. He's, you know, okay. It turns out he's crazier than I thought.
It's kind of like this. You're an adrenaline junkie and you go down this crazy fucking mountain. Like, oh, dude, I'm going to go ski down this fucking Black Diamond course, hardest course, or like whatever it is. Like 4 fucking stars, whatever bullshit. You go down that and it's a fucking thrill and it's like, okay, now here's like the fucking, you know, this is the one for like, you know, you're trying to amp it up a little bit.
Dude, it's like getting off a fucking, it's like getting off a fucking jet. Like a fucking
and getting a prop plane,
getting like an F-15 ride or something, and then getting on Space Mountain afterwards. You know
or
what I
a
mean?
crop duster or some shit. It's like come on.
Okay, you know,
it's a way.
This is still pretty fun, I guess, but it's like way downgrade from that crazy shit that was going on a minute ago.
That's in my opinion. I mean, whatever we feel about season 1 and 2, it's definitely. I would say maybe fucking. I'd say fucking okay.
That's why I guess I put it as well.
I mean, it's to be honest with you, it's not that memorable of a season.
There's good stuff that happens in it, but it's just like not much ties it all together. A lot of the stuff almost seems isolated
I mean, look,
from each other.
Great performances by a lot of the people in the show. I mean, I think the actors on Dexter, for the most part, were pretty much.
Jimmy Smits does some cool shit with the role for sure.
Oh no, he's a great actor.
He's fun.
Michael C. Hall, of course, is just kind of like born to play Dexter.
And by now, the awkwardness of like Deb's performance is now gone. She knows how to play it well by this point. She really knew by season 2, but like she's not awkward anymore at this point.
No, not at all.
Everything's work, and the Rita's really fucking great. The fucking funny shit from season 2 continues into season 3. But
not as funny, but it's still there.
Even the place their relationship is at is not as funny a place. Because they're in season 2, it's like they're trying to get shit together. They're having their first little rocky patch in their relationship where she thinks Dexter's a heroin junkie.
It's a weak season because it feels like they're almost acknowledging we can't top season 2. We don't feel like we can top season 2, so we're just gonna not even try.
It really does honestly feel like it's kind of a breather. It feels like, all right, let's take it down a notch. Let's take it down one peg. It really does kind of feel that way. I just
disagree with that. So it's a mediocre season.
I think that they probably should have done a little bit more with it. I know that maybe you don't need to try to fucking always top what you did before. I feel like you should, honestly, but maybe they tried. I don't know. It didn't really feel like they tried. It felt like really like they knew they were giving us less. I don't know.
They tapped out in that season.
Maybe it was because they knew they were brewing something a little crazier. So season 4 of Dexter, I would go so far as to say it might be the best season of a TV show, just like period. I don't know. I don't think any show's ever fucking, I don't think there's ever been a better fucking series of TV than fucking Dexter season 4. I'll just put it out there. Like, just for my money, from what I want from a fucking show, it's the best fucking goddamn show I've ever fucking seen. I even have criticisms of it though. Like, I think that there was like this really shitty romantic subplot with like LaGuerta and Angel Batista.
Oh god,
who's another detective at
fucking
Dexter's
blow that
shit.
out their ass, dude. That was so boring. So like
that fucking sucked.
A rare speed bump, and otherwise, I mean, amazing.
But you know what?
The
season is. So
I really would like to disagree with you, but I love this season of Dexter.
The season is so good that you fucking just are like whatever. You just fucking kind of push that aside, like I know we got to get through this. There's even like a lot of stupid little subplots with like office romances and like politics.
Well, you can see the picture they use. Like there really is this juxtaposition of Dexter's family life now, especially because he's getting real serious.
Right. So Dexter's moving in. Dexter's married now. He's moved in. He's like trying to balance being a serial killer and being a fucking father and husband.
Oh yeah, like a lot of the conflict is literally like I gotta fucking feed Harrison or I gotta take care Harrison's sick or something. I mean, maybe not. Like I can't remember.
And he's got a baby. That's right.
So I mean, Harrison does factor in, and that's why they show the baby off because Dexter's really embracing like I'm a dad now. Oh fuck.
Right. He's trying to be like I'm a dad and I'm a serial killer and I'm a husband and I'm a fucking forensics guy. So he's trying to wear all these different fucking hats, and like obviously the serial killer hat is like causing major problems.
Oh, dude, it's a challenging ass role for Michael C. Hall.
Meanwhile,
he has to compartmentalize so many different just emotions.
Right, and meanwhile there's this other fucking serial killer that's fucking on the loose.
Oh god, the best one they ever had,
called the Trinity Killer, who's played by John Lithgow in just like the most fucking amazing performance you could fucking imagine. Just like totally flawless. He's fucking just knocks it out of the fucking park, insanely good. And
based solely on his fucking performance, because he does not look like a fucking like. Let me tell you something. Like I've never seen someone less physically imposing, but just still be like so fucking goddamn chill you to your bones, fucking scary. Like his performance and just knowing the other shit he's been in, like Third Rock from the fucking Sun. It's like the guy has unbelievable fucking range, especially in this role. I mean, like, dude, we like to shit on fucking movies and shows, but like, it's hard to shit on this fucking season of the show. Even like, and I love disagreeing with you, TJ, and like, this is Fighting Boys, but it's like, you can't fucking disagree about this season.
It's just like, dude. So I watched a few people do these tier lists of Dexter, not this particular thing, but they ranked them, and like, even if I vehemently disagreed with somebody's fucking whole goddamn list, there was two features it had in common. The season which they rated the worst was always the same, and the season which they rated the best was always the same. Even if everything else was way fucking different, the best and worst season is pretty much agreed on by everybody. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So this is the best fucking season of this show. It's a fucking great season of television. I would say even if you're not going to watch the fucking show, maybe just watch this fucking season because it's like a master course in fucking tension. And I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to. I legit don't want to spoil shit. But like, it goes in crazy places, and it fucking has one of the most crazy, insane fucking conclusions that you could possibly ever fucking never see coming in a million years. Brutal, crazy, batshit insane. If this fucking isn't a brilliant season of Dexter, then there isn't
it's
one.
like crazy serial killer meets the most dangerous game. If that's what you want, like if you don't want to spoil it, that's probably the best way to put it.
It's fucking crazy.
I would definitely recommend watching that. I agree with you. Like I'd even watch the clips on fucking YouTube.
I mean, it's fucking great.
I hate to fucking agree with you, TJ. It fucking pains me to agree with you.
Well, hey, look, we shouldn't trump up disagreements with this guy. They'll happen when they happen, and when they do.
But I love fighting with you, TJ. Look, this is fighting boys, man.
Look,
but it's like,
hey, Scotty,
it's a rare moment, guys. I have to drop the animosity.
I think we have a fucking pretty. I think we might agree on a lot of stuff as far as Dexter's concerned. But don't worry, there's plenty of stuff coming up in the. We got.
Because like I said, it pains me to agree with you, dude.
By the way, this is Clyde Phillips, the guy who ran the show. And,
hey, TJ.
This is the guy
thanks for that Showtime subscription.
This is the guy that stole my money.
Thanks, TJ.
We'll talk about him in a bit.
Really appreciate that, man.
We got a fucking top 100 fucking IMDB tier list we're going to do. So we're going to argue about all these fucking movies here.
Yeah, I doubt we're even going to get to the next one after that because...
Oh, we'll get to it.
I don't know, maybe.
We're fucking getting to it, Scotty. You ain't going nowhere, bitch.
Oh, shit. I guess I'm going to be here a while.
All right, well, we won't spend too much more time on the Dexter thing because I do want to get to other places. Let's just go through the remaining seasons of Dexter. I'm lying. I'm definitely going to fucking spend more time.
Yeah, that's a lie. I would say that's a fucking bold-faced lie right there. Okay, so season 5.
Season 5 is the Barrel Girl season where they bring in...
Not a horrible season.
They bring in Lumen, played by Julia Stiles, who I think is... I've always liked her as an actress.
Yeah, she's good in the
I haven't really seen her in much in a while, but she was good in this season. I think it was a smart thing to do to have Dexter need a redemption arc, so he's saving somebody. It's the villain is a motivational speaker that turns out to be like he doesn't actually get his hands dirty, but he like convinces other people to do horrible things because he's so persuasive.
Yeah,
and stuff.
a Charles Manson-esque figure where it's like
but way more polished and like accepted by mainstream society.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously a grift too, but it's a grift, but it's also like a sexual thing. It's definitely I almost want to say like ahead of its time, like power dynamics. People not taking seriously, like all these women going missing. It's like, oh, whatever, they're a drifter or somebody.
I will say, when I watched this season in the shadow of season 4, I thought, originally when I first watched it as it was coming out, I was like, good season, but
I mean, yeah, coming off
not as good as season 4.
Well, and the trauma Dexter's going through from the events of season 4 plays so heavily into season 5 that it's like season 4 almost feels like it's almost not even over yet.
Right. And I just feel like I think this is also the season where Joey Quinn, who we haven't even talked about as a character, starts to just like all of a sudden be on Dexter's trail and shit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They bring in Peter Weller, the guy who played RoboCop, to play like a scummy cop that's like investigating Dexter, and actually gets pretty fucking close to catching Dexter. So there's some tension from that, although I hate Quinn as a character, and I never understand why they replaced Stokes with him.
I like RoboCop, Peter Weller doing on the case. I loved him in the show. He was great.
He was fun. He was a scummy cop, and he was a real piece of shit. He's fun to fucking be in there.
It's fun to think this is RoboCop being the exact opposite of what RoboCop would be. Yeah, Quinn... Yeah. It just felt like they wanted someone like, we got to go after Dexter, but it's like, why are we going to put Quinn and this other... Okay, whatever, I feel like they wanted that danger because
Quinn, by the way, is another example in this show of an inconsistently written character because they introduced him in season 3, and his whole thing in there is like he's a dirty cop, but maybe he's good, but maybe he's dirty, but maybe he's good. And then in season 4, he just kind of becomes like a fucking stand-in that doesn't really do shit. I don't even remember what they did with him in season 4. Honestly, who cares? It's eclipsed by so much better shit. Season 5, like all of a sudden he's like, I'm a super cop and I'm on Dexter's fucking case. And then in season 7, he's just like a fuck boy. And then in season 8, I guess they decided to keep him a fuck boy. But then at the end, mysteriously in like the last episode of the show, and I don't mean to jump the gun, he like actually delivers a really good performance in the last episode. Like out of fucking nowhere. Like they literally convinced me to like Quinn as a character at the end of the fucking show when literally nothing else is good. Anyway, fuck me. Dexter season 5 is pretty fucking good. It's fucking good.
Yeah, it's good.
I put it on the same level as like season 1.
Yeah, I agree with you. More so than I agree with some other ratings here, dude.
So, here we got Dexter season 6. Now, this is a much maligned season.
Is this the one with the the crazy dude?
This is the one with the Doomsday Killer, played by Colin Hanks, son of Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I do remember this season.
There is he is killing people. He's doing these crazy religious tableaus. Dexter is struggling with issues of whether or not he should raise Harrison religious because Dexter obviously wants to fit in. And he wants, he realizes that it is part of his fatherly duty to instill his son with values. And he doesn't see any value in religion, but he's like, well, a lot of people do. I guess I should investigate this. So it's like kind of charming that he's
out and touch faith.
He's doing something nice, trying to figure out whether or not his son should have religion, whether or not that's some human endeavor that's worth, instilling or not. I think he kind of comes to the conclusion that it's not, by the way.
Well, I mean, Dexter's such like one thing about Dexter is he's such a fucking alien, dude. Because really, when you go through his thought process, it's like an alien came down to Earth and looked like a human, but was trying to figure out how to be human, and that's kind of how Dexter is presented, especially with these like kind of moral dilemmas, like is religion any good? And it's like he's like reading like Idiot's Guide to Religion, almost.
Right. He meets this fucking reformed criminal. Preacher man played by Most Def, I think, who actually does a really good job. Most of the performances are good and stuff. A lot of the reason that fans did not like this season is because they saw that there's a twist at the end.
Oh, it's a twist. You see it coming a mile away.
It's like a twist that's like very easy to see, at least for a lot of people. So, like a lot of people definitely saw it coming way in advance, and it kind of like some people even saw it like in episode 2 or 3 of the fucking season. It was that bad.
They're like,
so it was that telegraphed. It's basically there's Colin Hanks has a friend named Edward James Olmos, his buddy, and it's like Professor Geller, and they're killing people together. But Colin Hanks he's being manipulated by Professor Geller, and
Professor Geller's doing everything.
It's Professor Geller who's the real brains
behind it. And of course, all these scenes where they show that too. It's like,
right. And Colin Hanks is like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, we must bring about Judgment Day. Well, it turns out that Professor Geller doesn't fucking exist except anywhere but in Colin Hanks' mind.
And the reveal is
the
like
real professor has been dead for years.
Yeah, they open a freezer and you see his dead body.
Right.
And it's like, oh no, but it was kind of just like, is what?
And honestly, even if they had pulled off the twist, it's kind of just like, oh well, whatever.
It's not. Yeah, like I agree with you. Even if they had succeeded, it just wasn't a great fucking.
I mean,
twist.
It's like it had already been done in Fight Club and like a few other things at that point.
Tyler Durden, he doesn't exist. What? It's unoriginal. It's just dog shit. And I mean, I'm sorry, it's just not a good season. It's really not.
I would say that I think that the season is not too bad, honestly, if you set that aside. Colin Hanks, honestly, does a pretty good job as the killer. There's a lot of fucking... the kills of the Doomsday Killer are actually really creative and violent. The weird religious tableaus that he creates out of everybody.
I don't think Colin...
pretty fun.
I don't think Colin Hanks works in the role at all. I have to disagree with you there. I just don't think that he ever convinces me, really, as an actor. I think he kind of just is, like, it feels like just he's wandering through a lot of this shit. I don't really think he ever gets a solid
I feel like... See, here we can disagree, because I think he does bring a focus to it. I think that, he plays the innocent kid who's just been talked into something and is over his head pretty well, but then when you realize that's not the true nature of him, you start to see that he's actually quite deranged himself. I
wasn't convinced of that. When that arc happens, I'm just not really convinced by his performance. So I mean, honestly,
I think he did a good job, but
I think a very weak season overall, especially because of the killer. So I'd put it as fucking okay.
I would say it's fucking good. So we gotta have a fucking.
I don't fucking think so, man. I don't fucking think so, TJ.
I guess we can go to the audience for a tiebreaker on this. I know we have like 74 people in here, so I don't know how many of you guys have seen the fucking show we're yammering about.
Just vote for me, dude. Fuck it. Who even cares? Yeah, season 4 is the best.
Who is right about season 6? Oops, not season 5. Season 6. TJ. Scotty.
Vote for me.
Our audience skews negative, so I'm pretty sure you're going to win, but I think it's not. I honestly don't think it's that bad of a season. It's definitely not the best season of fucking Dexter ever. There's definitely some problems with it. But I think there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's a lot of creative violence. The kills are super creative.
I do like the end of that season.
Yeah.
That actually is something that gets brought up over and over again in Dexter, too, ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, it does have a crazy fucking ending.
So I will give it that, but overall, I just think it's a fucking okay season. I mean, Dexter really, after season 5...
So I'll tell you the ending, because, like, we've spoiled shit anyway, but, like, I actually don't want to spoil that one, because it's actually a good fucking plot twist. But, yeah, I mean, I kind of have to talk about some of the later ones, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if we can get away with not fucking revealing it. So, Scotty, it looks like you're probably going to win. You're at 65%
Yes! A vote for Scotty is a vote against TJ. The tyranny of TJ.
So we got 17 votes. Out of 76 people, I think that's probably pretty much for you at this point. I'll give the
people
fucking...
have adjudicated wisely this chat, and the people who voted have voted correctly today. It is a beautiful day. It is a shining day here in America. Thank you.
Go ahead and put that in fucking okay territory.
So, people, thank you. I want to thank this chat here, teacher.
Dexter season 7, kind of unique in the show.
This is what I'll be honest with you, dude. My brain is getting really foggy because 7 and 8, I'm like,
I will. Okay, so it's not honestly very surprising me that your brain's foggy on 7, because there's not really much to tie 7 together. 7 it does not really have, like, every season of Dexter up until now has had
it didn't have a main, wasn't like the Hannah or story arc started happening at that point, or was that season 8?
Yes, that's season 7. Okay. So there's not really much to tether this season together in the same way the previous ones. It's way more scattershot. It's more like, it almost kind of becomes less serialized in a way. I mean, it's still serialized show, but like, it's like more standalone-y type shit. It's more like a smattering of different plot lines. They do have, I think this is the Isaac Serko season.
Oh, the Ukrainian mobster dude.
Yeah, Dexter's being chased by the Ukrainian mob. So that seems like maybe that's going to be the main thrust of the season, but then that wraps up way earlier than you think.
You know what I think this is? I think this is like an abortive season. I think they basically, like, it was just a number of misfires. Like, they maybe thought that Ukrainian could go further, but they just felt creatively there was nothing there.
I feel like there was like 5 or 6 different ideas about what should happen in the season, and they just said, fuck it, we'll just do it all. And it just, like, it seems unfocused as a result. Like, there's Dexter and Deborah reeling from a change in their relationship. There's Dexter falling in love with the fucking serial killer chick, who I don't like, by the way, as a character very much. There is some other subplots about, like, I think Quinn falling in love with a stripper or something. And
one of the girls at the club, right, with the Ukrainian club or something.
Yeah,
they make that a boring subplot, and she ends up dead, I think. And
she runs off.
She runs off. See, I don't even fucking know.
Quinn saves her, and then she just runs off anyway, which is kind of funny, honestly.
I guess maybe there's some humor to that. Maybe it's dark humor, but you can't see it there.
This season, in a lot of ways, honestly sucks. But then in other ways, it's kind of fucking awesome, because it's like Dexter has gone off the rails and has decided it's no longer going to even try to be a good show. But it's like kind of like season 7 is kind of has fun with that. Like, it's just like, let's do crazy shit. So there's just a lot of wacky shit. It's almost like the Bizarro World season of Dexter, where it's just like, what if Dexter was like amped up to like level 10 zany bullshit. And as a result, a lot of people kind of like this season because it is super entertaining and a lot of stuff happens.
I actually agree with that, dude. I honestly do. I feel like a lot of people felt Dexter really needed to be tethered to, like, here's this main antagonist. But overall, it's kind of Dexter not taking itself. It's almost like Dexter descending from, like, to schlock territory.
Right. It's like
it really feels like that.
So the thing about me is I like schlock. Now, I would not fucking put this at the higher 2 tiers, but I would vote for fucking good on season 7.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one, dude. Like, as far as that's concerned, I actually do like it better than a lot of other seasons. The next season we're going to talk about, I'm going to...
Scotty?
Honestly, for you to tell me this to vote anything but this is fucking trash, you have to convince me. And you have to convince anyone here that's seen Dexter.
Let's just fucking do it. Let's get it out of the way.
Okay, I mean, because like, look,
Let's
dude,
get it out of the way.
Fucking horrible fucking season, dude. Like, this is the worst fucking season of Dexter, easily.
I can't
easily.
It doesn't even feel. It no longer feels like the same show. Season 8 is like, dude.
So, guys, when
I watched season 8 with you, Scotty, back in the day when we
we watched this as a broadcast every night.
We were literally.
Let me point some out to the audience, and I don't mean to fucking talk over you.
No, you go ahead.
But look, just look at every picture here for every other season. Just look at seasons 1 through 7 there. Just look at it. Then look at the last season. And I want you to look at that very carefully. Notice something? Dexter's literally fucking being suffocated because he represents what's going to happen to the fucking audience, dude. And that clicked in my brain. Not even just as I saw this, but before. It's like, I literally remember like the poster for it, and it's like literally like, oh. And then after I saw it, I was like, oh, that's like a fucking performance art. Like Michael C. saying that this is how you're gonna feel. Like you're suffocating, you just want to fucking take a breath so badly. And it's like, where's Dexter?
So when we first watched this season, I knew that the season was not going well, and I knew the season was pretty bad.
I mean, disjointed doesn't even describe this season. It's just it's all over the place.
I mean, it's a little more focused than season 7 honestly, but it's just bad. It's just every creative decision is awful. Dude, when I watched it with you back in the day, I knew it was bad. But when I watched it again with Chelsea, when I had to binge Dexter from start to finish, I didn't have to, but I did. When I binged this season, like
I kept even asking you.
Me and Chelsea, like literally every night, we're like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch Dexter. Oh my God, I can't wait to watch Dexter. When it came to season 8, it was like, oh my God, we have to watch Dexter.
Dude, I kept asking you, dude. I was like, TJ, like, are you gonna even watch season 8? I mean, that's how I was put. I'm like, he's
oh
like,
my God.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, TJ, please don't watch season 8. You're just literally throwing away like 8 hours of your life. However, I think how many episodes are there? Is it 10 still, or I think it's actually less, isn't it?
I mean, there's so many things wrong with this fucking season. I won't even get into the more.
Well, you've watched it more recently. Why don't you just lay out why this fucking season sucks?
I'll tell you all the reasons it sucks. If you want to know, I'll tell you every fucking reason it sucks. So first of all, there's no action in the fucking show anymore. There's literally entire episodes where nothing happens except for conversations between characters. Like
exposition.
It's just nonstop exposition. There's no fucking action anymore happening. I mean, there is a little here and there, but like there's literally entire episodes of the season where nothing fucking happens. So where except for conversations, and like the plot is advanced entirely through dialogue and nothing actually occurs.
Doesn't it feel so much that season? It's like because plot, because we have to end, because plot.
Oh my God,
nothing feels natural to the characters anymore.
Listen to this, guys. Okay, so I know not all of you have seen the show, so let me just put in proper context for you. For 7 fucking seasons of this show, the most important thing about Dexter has been his code. Okay, he's a serial killer, he's a sociopath, he's violent, he wants to murder people, but he's reined in by this special code, and he's called Harry's Code. Harry was his adopted father who noticed his tendencies and gave him this code so that he'd only hurt bad people. And he's always had, and like Harry's even the fucking ghost in his fucking head. And then in season 8, this fucking bitch you never heard of shows up out of nowhere and is like, I'm Evelyn Vogel, and I'm the real author of the code.
Dude, they shit all over Harry. They shit all over fucking 7 seasons of Dexter. It's so fucking insulting to the people that are the actors. Everybody, everyone involved should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
And you would fucking hope, like, I hope she's at least an interesting character. No,
no, boring as fuck.
Boring as fuck. Boring as your fucking
literally
grandma.
Like, yeah, like it's basically grandma comes in and tells you like I'm actually a sociopath and I actually did all this bad stuff. And it's like it's about acted that way too. The woman who plays it is lifeless, dull, mute. It's just and it feels like such a betrayal of what you've spent 7 years enjoying.
I mean, it's like the equivalent of like if you'd watched a show about like which one of these fucking people is gonna like ascend to this throne in this crazy fucked up kingdom, and then it turned out to be like the most boring character or something, like some shit like that.
Bran,
who has a better tale here than Bran the Broken?
Oh my God, dude. Another fucking show where it's like...
It literally is that level of slap in the face, stupid shit. I just want to put that in context for you, because I know a lot more people are familiar with Game of Thrones.
I mean, yeah, dude, it feels like that. It is such a bad...
It would honestly...
There's one bright spot, though. There's one bright spot.
Yeah.
Look, because you know what? It's kind of like
imagine if, like, at the end of fucking... like, at the beginning of, like, the final season of Breaking Bad, right? Fucking, some dude fucking walks onto the set and is just like... I have to confess, Walter White actually knows nothing about chemistry.
It's me.
I've been the one that's been telling him. I've been in his ear telling him what to do.
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
the real star of the show. It's like, no! It's that level of fucking bad, dude. Do the shorter list, the stuff that doesn't suck. Dude, there's nothing that doesn't suck. There's nothing. No.
There's
there's
one
nothing that doesn't suck.
You want to hear something good about the season?
Okay.
You want to hear a bright spot?
What? Oh,
you know what this bright spot is.
well, that bright spot happened at the end of season 7.
What? Oh, was it?
Yeah, the end of season 7 is when that happens.
All right, I have to go back and give season 7 a point then because I like this.
So you want to move? So you want to move season 7 higher? I'm not moving it higher. It doesn't.
All right, well, fair enough. I want to make this point. So I fucking hate the character of LaGuerta. I cannot fucking stand it. And like I made that evident to TJ, and he watched the show with me for years. I'd be like, anything with LaGuerta, I'd be like, time to go take a piss, time to get a drink. Like I hated that portrayal. I hated that character. She was such an erratic character on the show, so poorly written, just everything that you would just hate in a character like that. Like if it's basically like, this is a female empowerment role, but it's like she's a doofus half the time, and then she's brilliant. Then it's like they treat her just so horribly. She's so horribly treated. I feel bad for the person that played her, but as far as the character's concerned, just fucking awful. So when that character dies, you can attest to this, TJ. Like I literally was like, yes, and I rolled around the floor. I'm like, yes, I'm like a fucking dog or a cat. Or something. Like, oh yes, oh yes, like it was just a beautiful fucking moment for me. So that's why it should be put as fucking brilliant.
Okay.
Put as fucking
But
brilliant.
that's not even season 8. That's season 7.
All right. Well, my bad memory then. My bad memory.
Oh my God.
That's not even a bright.
All right. Listen, I'll tell you.
See, you know what, dude? That's fucked up.
Listen.
No, thank you for telling me that because that actually in my mind, because I couldn't remember that properly, was like that was one good thing that happened in season 8, but I take that away,
dude. And you know what? So listen to these sequence of events and tell me how retarded everyone in the Dexter universe is right out of the bat. Okay, right out of the gate. So at the end of season 7. LaGuerta, one of the things that like one of the reasons season 7 doesn't have like a running thread is because it's kind of trying to trick you into thinking that LaGuerta is doing this investigation that's going nowhere. But actually she pretty much figures out that Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher and Dokes was framed. And the way, like her investigation.
Oh, she has a boner for Dokes that season, right? And
her investigation, honestly, is pretty fucking legit. Like she actually does put pieces together that totally make sense. And she figures out that fucking Dexter did it. And she goes into the station and she's like, Dexter, I am arresting you for you're the Bay Harbor Butcher. And everyone's like, what? And they all saw this happen. They know it's out there in the open for everybody to know that LaGuerta thinks Dexter is the fucking Bay Harbor Butcher. Okay?
Yeah, guilty as fucking sin, dude.
She thinks she has a case to fucking make that, okay?
Yeah, right. They're trying to go after their cell phones or some shit. It's like, we need this. And it's like,
right.
Dexter Morgan, that's crazy.
She's got all kinds of evidence against him, okay? And Deborah at this point. Because just spoiler alert, Deborah's now involved.
Yeah, that's the end of season 6. Obviously, you don't want to spoil that. But Deborah does something that makes her involvement or basically it makes her an accessory to murder.
Right. So Dexter fucking does all this shit. Anyway, so then LaGuerta fucking announces the station, Dexter fucking did it, right? Then, like, a day later, she's dead.
It's that bad.
She's dead. Okay,
she's fucking dead.
Now, look, she's fucking dead. She was supposed to go to this party. Angel Batista is literally at this party, like, man, where's LaGuerta and Dexter? Haven't seen either of them here.
I know.
And then he shows up late for the party, and she never shows up because she's dead.
Like he's like the show. Hey guys, sorry I'm late to the party.
Yeah, and he literally is looking like looks Dexter. Like shit, like he just murdered somebody.
Yeah, Dexter, it's all right, don't worry.
And so you think to yourself, like, wow,
they're really setting it up.
When season 8 comes around, they're really going to be on to his ass. Like a lot of people are going to be suspicious of Dexter. Nope. Every single person. There's literally a scene at the beginning of the fucking show, just to let you know they're not going to do that, where Angel is like, looks at, hey, Angel, it's that warrant that LaGuerta ordered on Dexter's cell phones, and Deb's cell phones. He's like, tuh. She was crazy bitch. He rips it apart.
Yep.
He's just like, nah, nope.
We ain't doing that. Sorry.
So literally at this point in the show Dexter, everyone in the universe is retarded. Dexter is no longer smart. No one is smart. Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Everyone shoots from the hip.
Every decision that's made in the season makes no fucking sense. The villain of the season is the most boring motherfucker you could ever imagine. He's less like the final antagonist of Dexter, a show that literally has had some of the best
villains ever. Is it like a bounty hunter or something?
It's you don't even remember him. He's that fucking dull.
Well, remember there's a guy that was trying to get
Evelyn. Yeah, that guy's actually more interesting than the main villain. Evelyn Vogel's boring ass son, the perfect psychopath.
Oh God, you're right.
Who has no personality, who doesn't fucking stand out at all, who's totally fucking drab and boring, who sucks complete ass, who is not interesting as a character, who is totally forgettable, who I could not point out in a fucking lineup if it was in front of me right fucking now. That motherfucker is the final boss of Dexter, who fucking, by the way, kills Deb off screen. He kills her. He shoots her. She goes to the hospital. She's the nurse's doctor's like, she's going to be fine. Dexter goes off and like has a coffee or whatever the fuck, comes back, and they're like, there's been complications and she's brain dead. What? The secondary main, like the main secondary character of the show, like the fucking secondary protagonist of the show has now died off of screen. Dexter then grabs her body, takes her into the fucking lake where he dumps all of his victims, dumps her as the final body while some terrible music plays instead of the fucking Dexter theme for some reason. And then Dexter fucking sails away into a fucking terrible looking CG hurricane. And then you think, is he dead? Nope. Turns out Dexter is a lumberjack in fucking Portland, Maine or whatever, or Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, and remember, dude, I fucking literally called the ending of Dexter. I'm like, dude, Dexter's gonna end up as some fucking, like, where's the furthest place away? The Pacific Northwest. The show takes place in Miami. And it's like, okay, Dexter's gonna be a fucking lumberjack in the middle of nowhere. That's gonna be the end of the fucking series. We both laugh like it can't be. That's not gonna be. That's not gonna be the ending.
That would be ridiculous.
And then when that final shot showed us a lumberjack, BT just looked at each other. We're just like, I cannot fucking believe some idea that I had was like, you know, it'd be fucking funny. When that came true, that was like reality just going like, yeah, it is funny, isn't it, bitch? Ah! Reality just fucking slapped the shit out of me, and I realized, like, dude, after that. As bad of Game of Thrones ending was, it can't be Dexter, dude. Because that was like the fucking first. I had my bad fucking show cherry pop. Like, oh, what a really terrible ending for a show you like.
I have barely even scratched the surface of the shit wrong with this season of fucking TV. By the way, this is so much worse.
If you want to see why, just watch the fucking season.
There's so much needless CG. Every fucking character decision is terrible. It's just horrible. There's not a fucking good. There's nothing good to say about it. The only good thing I can say, and it's kind of weird, honestly, is Joey Quinn, the dude who plays Joey Quinn, who I've hated for the entire run of the show, suddenly is actually kind of cool in the last episode. Like, he does a really good job of like acting and stuff. For some last minute, I don't know. They told him it was the last episode. He figured, like, I might as well try one time to see what that's like.
This is my resume. It's going to build to my next show. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking about his next show.
Oh, shit, I ain't getting that Dexter check anymore. Better fucking show people I can really act to trick them into giving me another role or something. I don't know. It's horrible. It's all horrible. Okay, so now we're at the most recent, whatever. We're at Dexter New Blood, the show that just fucking came out. It's been a long and perilous journey to get here. And I don't even fucking know how to assess this motherfucker, Scotty. What do I do? Let me ask you this. Can a relatively good season of fucking television, like a pretty compelling fucking show that had me hooked, that had me satisfied, can it throw that all away in the last 30 minutes and just be like, nah, gotcha, bitch?
When you say, it doesn't matter, dude. Like, look, let's say you're carving like the statue of David. You're like, you're Michelangelo, right? Carving the statue. Like, damn, the statue looks real good. Ding, 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 ding. You've done every inch of this fucking beautiful, Caretta marble, TJ. It's a beautiful work of art. You're looking at people. Now the face with Master TJ finishes his creation. You will see the face of God. And then you do like some retarded like, let me make a dirt face. And everyone's just like, what? It's that's what this season is like, dude. It's a fucking it's really brilliant television for the most part, and just till it gets to the very end, and it fumbles so badly. It blows it. It blows it. It's like you feel like, oh my fucking God, They have a golden opportunity. They're bringing back this new Dexter's back. Like it's like literally new blood, a new location, a new vibe to Dexter. It's like Michael C. Hall, the role he was meant to play. He was fucking born to play this role. He just fits like an old fuck glove. It's like it's the opposite of the glove does not fit. It's like it's just fucking perfect. You're like, okay, oh man, he's Dexter again.
See, with
some shit's going down. Oh yeah, Dexter. Oh my god, like you're getting this fucking hard on, dude. You get so hard for the show, and at the end, it's just like, nope.
I love so much of the stuff they did with the show. I love that they changed the location to this like cold, wintry fucking landscape. I thought Kurt Caldwell, the villain of the show, was like among the best Dexter antagonists. He had so many memorable moments. I love how he looked. I love when he was punching the girl's fucking corpse because he had to shoot her in the face and he likes to preserve his bodies. So he's just like, what a fucking waste. He's just like beating the shit out of her dead fucking body after like failing to try to like preserve it.
And I feel like in a really, like, a lot of the Dexter villains, it's like, you have to kind of suspend your disbelief. It's like, because it's like almost like fantastical or like, it's like you're incredulous. But Kurt Caldwell was like a very real, like, you could see there being someone in America like this. Like, see, he had an authenticity that I think a lot of Dexters, even like the better villains,
a lot of people really didn't like the Harrison portrayal. I didn't really mind it until the fucking end. The fucking sheriff character she was okay. I think she could have been used a little better in some of the later episodes.
The reason I like Harrison is because Harrison's a fucking zoomer. That's basically what it's like. It's
just basically like, why is this zoomer in my fucking show, basically? But I thought he was fine. He did all right. He was kind of compelling. I liked how he had traces of Dexter, but he also had like a different side to him. He wasn't the same exact fucking character. He wasn't just like Dexter Jr. or something. He had some fucking compelling character traits. I liked that he had like a social conscience, even though he also has this dark side where he wants to hurt people. I thought that was fascinating. But like, oh my God. And then some of the other characters, like the fucking black cop, I can't remember his name, but he's like the new Batista. He was fun, I guess. The little fucking reporter lady, the podcaster, she was fine. There was plenty of fucking decent characters, well-written fucking people in the fucking show. Interesting shit happened. Michael C. Hall was just as good as ever. Even with less of an internal monologue, they definitely cut back on his monologuing. But like you could still hear him, but he didn't have like big speeches in his head like he did in the earlier seasons. It was a little bit more quippy, but it was fine. And like it had like a little bit of that old Dexter cheese, but it took itself a little bit more seriously in some respects. And it was like
good pacing,
a little bit more cinematic
flow.
And shit. And like the tension every episode. Once again, that Clyde Phillips ratcheting tension, he does really well. Like, and it was like, oh yeah. And it was like, you got sucked more and more into it with each episode.
Oh dude, I definitely felt that. Like, cause I'll tell you what, a lot of shows lose me. But I felt compelled to go back and watch every episode. Like when it pop up in my Amazon Prime shit or whatever, it's like, hey, remember this show? You're watching this one. I was always like, oh, okay, Dexter. Like, so there was definitely kind of like something that I looked for every week to watch this show. So I mean, to me, there's a lot of positives, but really it's just the fact again that Clyde Phillips obviously wanted to give Dexter an ending. And the ending he just gives us, it's just so rushed. It's yet again, it's basically falling prey and victim to all the problems of season 8, but condensing it into the last episode of a show. And I think just largely betraying the fan base of that show again. And I don't think, and obviously the fact that Dexter's dead, it's like good because you already really fucking killed the show. And you really killed the idea that you could ever bring this back anyways. So it's like, it's really good that there's finality to it because he's made one of the worst fucking goddamn shows overall. And I would rate this show as fucking trash because of the massive, massive finality of disappointment that is delivered to you. Like, even people can defend the Brand shit, like, well, maybe Brand ain't half fucking bad. Like, there could be an argument could be crafted by somebody that I could compellingly listen to and say, I disagree, but I see your fucking point. With this one, I don't fucking see the point. It's, and Clyde Phillips, even go back and read what he said. It's like, well, that Harrison could continue this journey, but Harrison wasn't set up enough to do that. And the decision he makes would not lead me to believe that he's going to be the fucking...
I think Harrison is fine as a character, as a side character in a Dexter show, but I have no interest in fucking watching the Harrison show, bro.
When Harrison drives off into the sunset, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the last I want to see of that son of a bitch. I just don't get it because... I literally felt like I got like a really satisfying 9-episode season of Dexter. Because like even honestly, like the way that episode 9 ends, it could have easily been the season finale. Like it doesn't end in a huge way, but like there was enough tied up that you could have just ended there. And so it feels very self-contained. And then episode 10 feels like this weird addendum.
A rush.
Almost like a postscript where Dexter just dies. And it doesn't even make sense. And it's total fucking like the way that it's like put together. Like, look, she literally, like the fucking cop in the town who has not solved the murder under her nose for 25 fucking years, through like a minute of Google searching, just figures out Dexter's the Bay Harbor Butcher. Which, okay, if that had just been used to ratchet up tension, I'd be okay with it, honestly. Because it's, whatever, it's Dexter. It could be a little cheesy.
And, well, that's why I
for that to be the shit that literally fucking takes Dexter down, like, I Google search because, ketamine Miami, which, by the way, Dexter didn't even use ketamine, but what the fuck ever. And then it's like, Dexter's the Bay Harbor. I see, I figured it out. What no one else has figured out, I've managed to fucking do. And then they're like, let's bring Batista in on this. And Batista's going to come. And you're like, oh, shit, are we going to see a Dexter-Batista confrontation? Nope. Dexter's going to be fucking shot by his son in the woods on a fucking plot twist. Like, his son, who's, like, wanted nothing but his father's approval the entire fucking show. All of a sudden, it's just like, wait, Dad, you killed the black cop?
You killed a good guy.
You killed a good guy. You bad. I'm going to kill you. All right, son, do it. I am bad.
Okay, I'll kill you.
And he's just dead. It's like, it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks.
It's fucking trash.
But the rest of the show's good, so it's like, what do I do? Am I to just be like, well, the last 30 minutes or so fucking were ass, but like before that it was good, so...
TJ, what did you want out of episode 10? You know what you wanted?
You know what? I'll tell you what I honestly wanted.
What'd you want? Okay, fair enough.
Maybe I'm a little nuts for what I wanted. I've never heard anyone else say this, but this is what I wanted to happen.
So, episodes 1 through 9 are exactly the same as they aired.
Right.
Episode 10, what do you want for that episode?
Episode 10.
As a massive Dexter fan, clearly.
Episode 10, she fucks Dexter, the fucking sheriff, you know?
Okay.
And she tells him, she whispers in his ear, I know you're the Bay Harbor Butcher. He's like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, it's okay. You can tell me when you feel ready, but I just want you to know I support what you do. It's like, what? And that's how it fucking ends. And then it's like, what's going to happen next? And here's what they're setting up. Dexter, the fucking family that kills together stays together, right? Dexter, the sheriff bitch who is now a fucking vigilante herself. She doesn't have a dark past or anything. She just pragmatically is like, fuck these killers.
Well, you could use...
Society's going to fucking deal with it. Dexter's going to do what society
can't. If it was
can't.
cut a little bit differently, the Kurt Caldwell shit could be the catalyst for that.
Right. He avenged my fucking friend who was killed. The system didn't stop this guy. Dexter did. I believe in Dexter. She's on his team. Her daughter, who fucking is against this fucking corporate cocksucking billionaire who had nothing to do with the season, by the way. It was just a total red herring. She's against him. She's fucking figures out what they're doing, and she's not against it either, but she wants them to stop killing killers and start killing fucking billionaires. She's like, these are the motherfuckers really ruining society, so she's an agitator for them to go further and start fucking taking on major social ills and trying to convince Dexter that billionaires are within his code, which would be interesting social fucking commentary. And then, who else is in on it? Dexter's son, of course, because he's got a dark passenger too, but he thinks that they're like superheroes and they're killing the bad guys. And then you can have that shit fucking, you can explore that for a season, and then you can have that fall apart, you know? And then you got like 4 or 5 fucking new seasons of Dexter New Blood, and it's literally about a fucking torch pass to a new generation of fucking killers. It's about Dexter and his murdering family. And that would be a fucking cool show, and they didn't fucking do it because they're fucking stupid.
Dude, it feels like it's like House of 1,000 Corpses meets
Clyde Phillips is a fucking retard.
meets like the French Revolution, you know, meets like a superhero, fucking a dark superhero.
Man, the creators of Dexter are fucking so dumb. I don't know. Clyde Phillips, I get, you know what? You did some great fucking television. You did fucking season 4. You did the most of this season that I liked, but you had this stupid fucking idea in your head. You had this dumb fuck idea about this Dexter ending, and you just fucking forced a puzzle piece where it didn't fucking fit, and you fucking ruined the whole goddamn thing, you stupid bitch. So I'm gonna just have to go.
Can you get back to the picture of Clyde Phillips?
Yeah.
So back to him.
I don't know. I guess I took it down. He's gone.
He's gone. Okay. TJ, guess what, man?
Yeah.
Clyde Phillips.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something about him, man.
Yeah, he's rich, right?
No, but you already know
He's
he's
getting his
rich.
dick sucked by a fucking model.
That's
right now.
not even that, dude.
Yeah,
He's already got your money.
I know.
That money you paid.
Yep.
I mean, it's gone.
It's gone.
And see, isn't that like the greatest thing, the greatest scam he pulled on us? Really, he got us like, man. We were subscribed.
I would have given him more money for more show. That's better.
He already got your money though. He doesn't care about that again. He's like Torch Pass. Fuck that, TJ. Harrison's got a gun.
Harrison's got a gun.
Harrison's gonna fucking blow Dexter
what do you
away.
say? I can't fucking even make it. You just tell me where to put it, because I can't even fucking do it.
You know what? I know where it goes. Let's go down the list. Is it here? No, it doesn't go there. Is it fucking pretty goddamn fucking
Definitely
good?
not.
Is it fucking good?
I mean, most of it
okay?
is. That's what fucking bothers
It's not
me,
fucking
Scotty.
great. Look, TJ, I like to put it here, but I'm not going to put it there. This is where I'm going to put Dexter. I mean, if you want to move it somewhere else, you have to convince me. Like, the only reason this is not fucking trash is because a lot of the first 8 episodes, in my opinion, pretty solid television. Season 8, I was painful for me to watch when it came out. New Blood was not painful, so it gets a point above that. But no, the ending of it was stupid. It was totally botched. Clyde Phillips should be fucking goddamn ashamed of himself for putting out such shit TV and not taking the show way further than it could have gone and squandering the potential for a spinoff. I mean, I feel like he gave us the worst possible ending because of those decisions. I mean, they're really bad creative decisions in a season that's otherwise marked by very good creative decisions, very good casting.
I am just going to say that, like, Dexter's not dead. I don't even consider the last episode canon. I'm done. I don't even consider it canon.
He disagrees with you, TJ. Look, you're wrong, TJ.
It ends at episode 9. There is no episode 10. Rumors of episode 10 have been greatly fucking exaggerated. By the way, so if that show had the ending I talked about, I'd probably be putting it. I'd be arguing which one of these to put it in. It'd be
I agree with you. Oh, yeah.
It'd be somewhere here. So, like, I don't know. It literally, I didn't even think it was possible. I don't even want it to be possible. But, like, the last fucking, like, literally 20 to 30 minutes of the show just ruins everything that was done before. It shits all over everything that was already set up in the fucking season. It just feels like totally like it doesn't even belong.
Well, and it kills any further possibility of there being a show.
And I don't know. It's just the stupidest fucking way you could have ended Dexter.
And even if that was the intention, then it could have been done way better.
I literally have laid awake at night thinking about it since. I literally I will wake up at like 2 a.m. or whatever, or like I'll be laying in bed
in
at
a cold
3.
sweat, boy.
No, I'm serious. Like I will literally lay in bed just like thinking about it and just be like, man, they fucking really pisses me off.
God, they fucked it up, didn't they? God, they fucked it up. Oh my God, why? God, why have they done it?
Anyway, that's that. There where we are on that fucking shit. So hopefully this won't take as long. I don't know, because like a lot of this shit, I'm sure we ain't fucking seen and shit. But this is the IMDb top 100 tier list maker. Okay, we got fucking perfect, really fucking good, pretty fucking good, fucking garbage ass bullshit, and we ain't seen that fucking.
I mean,
shit.
I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty fucking. I'm a fucking dick when it comes to this shit. So fucking perfect. I don't know if there's any movie I would say is fucking perfect.
Well, let's fucking see.
Just off the bat, I'm just asking you: is there any movie that you think is probably gonna get that rating from you?
I don't fucking know, bro.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll fucking see. I'm gonna have to. If it happens, it'll happen. You know what I mean?
So
12 Angry Men. I think that's fucking perfect, dude. You know?
Oh my God, just fucking piece of shit.
I'd say really fucking good. I don't know.
I mean, it's a movie that's the test of time, and it is interesting, and it does give you.
I mean, all these movies are going to be things that are considered good, but I know that I have a few contrarian positions on some of these movies, so we'll see. Maybe you do. But I mean,
like, but you know, also at the same time, I don't know. It's not really my kind of movie so much, so I'm definitely more reticent to give it like really fucking. I'd probably say maybe to pretty fucking good.
I could sell for pretty fucking good. 1917, I ain't seen, but if you've seen it, you can rate it.
I have not seen it either.
We ain't seen that shit. 2001, A Space Odyssey. So I like that movie. I think it's brilliant, but if I'm honest about how I feel about it,
I'm not putting it as fucking perfect.
It is slow, man. It's a slow motherfucker. And, look.
The space scenes where they're docking.
I get that maybe it shouldn't matter that I'm an impatient, spurgy motherfucker, but I am. So I'm going to go with pretty fucking good on 2001. I know it's groundbreaking and revolutionary and all that shit, and it probably deserves a better, but like it's my stupid ass rating it, so it's going pretty fucking good for me.
I would say really fucking good.
So how are we splitting that diff?
I mean,
do another poll. We can do another poll.
Most
of these motherfuckers probably seen 2001.
I love the practical effects in the movie. I love the way the movie was shot. Stanley Kubrick just had an amazing eye for how to light things. I do agree with you. Some of the shots, even though they're being practical shots, are very fucking slow. Seeing it for the first time, and I was fortunate enough to see it in theaters for the first time in 70 millimeter. It was just an incredible experience.
Yeah, maybe I will write that as a fucking novel.
And it was fucking so goddamn difficult to believe that movie was made in the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, it's very impressive.
I mean, just groundbreaking ahead of its fucking time. Any way you want to suck its
dick. As far as
dick.
entertainment value goes, though,
I have to say
is it really like that entertaining of a fucking movie?
In that capacity in which I saw it, I think I'm always going to be biased because I just saw it in such a unique way. So
there's a poll, vote in the poll, blah, 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 poll.
I feel it's really fucking good, but damn. Some people
Look, I mean, there's only 8 votes in right now.
You guys are making horrible votes.
We'll let that poll run for a minute while we
let a marinade.
3 Idiots I've not seen. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like a Bollywood thing, so I'm not surprised. Clockwork Orange, I would say
Kubrick so
I would
far.
say really fucking good on that one.
If it was Taylor, she'd put that as fucking garbage ass bullshit. Me and her tried to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And she hates this fucking movie beyond belief. She is a fucking just total enemy of A Clockwork. She's like, I can't understand anything they're fucking saying. I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck are they even talking about. I'm like, well, they're talking this like it's a combination of like, kind of like Cockney speech and like Russian. It's like they're like doing this weird like kind of futuristic shit. She's like, no, it makes no fucking sense. And it's all about I don't even know what it's about. It's like debauchery.
Yeah, I don't really have that hard
Violence.
time following it.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah,
I like the way they talk in that movie. I think it's fun.
Well, TJ. Bit of pain in the Gulliver,
I don't feel like
Bit of pain in the Gulliver, sir.
I don't really feel like anything they say is like too hard to understand. I mean, there's some weird shit for sure, but you can usually figure out what they fuck they mean.
I love this movie personally. I wouldn't say it's
Taylor ain't fucking rating it. You're fucking rating it.
No,
why am I hearing Taylor's goddamn opinion? Let me hear Scotty's
I'm telling
opinion.
you that her opinion because of I don't
know. It's weird that she hates A Clockwork Orange. I'll admit. But like, hey,
Well, I want to show you some of the criticism I've heard because that's the main person I've heard it from.
Right, she's the person that you know that doesn't like it. So,
for me personally, I fucking love this movie. I watch it like probably at least once a year. I'd rate it as really fucking good.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be hard for me to say fucking perfect. Like I said, I mean, like that's like I don't know. Maybe there's a movie.
So 2001, it looks like Pretty Fucking Good has got it. So I'm gonna put it down here.
Oh my god, you idiots, fucking morons!
27 people voted.
What is wrong with you?
I think that's enough to call
it. Idiots, dude.
With 82 people watching, I think that's fine.
God. Fucking rigged, dude. Fucking rigged shit.
Alien, Scotty, come on, move on.
Really fucking good.
Really fucking good. It's another one that's kind of slow, but I think it pays off more. So
you gotta watch the director's cut, TJ. You gotta watch the fucking director's cut. I'm telling you, dude, it's a fucking better movie.
Aliens, I would say, is on the same level for me.
Oh yes.
This goes up there. I actually am more comfortable putting that there than the other one.
I disagree with you, but
Amadeus. I think that's really fucking good too. I don't know.
Pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good. I'll settle for pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good.
American Beauty, I'd say. I guess it's a little dated in a lot of ways, but I still like it.
Beautiful. I'm gonna film a trash bag.
I'm gonna film this trash bag, and then fucking, of course, Kevin Spacey's in it, so that makes it kind of weird now in some respects. But
I think you got the wrong impression.
It's still fucking. It's still pretty fucking good. I don't know. I'm going pretty fucking.
Dude, I love the scene of him quitting.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
I mean, see, there's a lot of good moments. I mean, yeah, some of it's dated, but yeah, pretty fucking good. I think that's fucking fair to put it.
Pretty
American History
fucking
X.
good. I'd say it's aight. I don't know. I never was like.
It has Cisco in it though, TJ.
I know a lot of people are like.
Can you rate a movie with Avery Brooks in it?
Fucking into this flick.
And not rate it pretty fucking good.
There's some fun moments in it, and there's some like fucked up moments in it. But ultimately, I feel like I know too many fucking white supremacists who actually like this movie for me to feel like it really delivered its fucking message all that well. So. Oh
wow! Did you tell me just that gives it an all right?
I'm just gonna say it's aight. I feel like its message is way too muddled to actually come across clearly. Apocalypse Now I never seen, so you can just put it wherever you want.
I would put it as pretty fucking good. I enjoy that movie.
Back to the Future. Okay, this is the point where I say a movie's fucking perfect, bro.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I
really love Back to the Future.
I love this fucking movie. It's definitely my top 10 fucking movies ever. The whole trilogy, really. I like 3. Just like I love 2. I love 3. I love all of them. The whole fucking trilogy is great, but the first one's fucking perfect.
I'm gonna say really fucking good.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Perfect. I don't know about perfect.
What fuck? Okay, what's the flaw in it? What's the flaw? Where's the flaw?
Dude, time travel movies always got some fucking flaws. Dude.
Oh, little plot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to fucking. I mean, your time travel plot's always going to be a little fucking weird. So no one's supposed to do a time travel plot.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's fucking perfect.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
But actually, that could be the opposite.
I'm just gonna say, really fucking good, TJ. I just, I mean, look,
what you got? You ain't got nothing against it. You just
nah, man, can't be fucking dude. Fucking perfect would be like every second, every frame of fucking beautiful painting.
Can't even know. I mean, sure, it's like perfectly written and entertaining in every way.
It's fairly entertaining movie, TJ, but it's just
fairly entertaining.
Look, it's really fucking good. It's really fucking good, dude. I'm not gonna vote fucking perfect.
All right. I'm not gonna
vote fucking perfect. Look, dude,
we can't create a poll every goddamn time.
TJ.
So I guess I'll give you this one.
I mean, look, 95% of the movie is a pretty good movie, but 5% of it, man, there's some weak points, TJ.
All right. I've accepted.
Now, Braveheart,
fine.
Braveheart, fucking perfect, dude.
No, it's goddamn
fucking perfect, dude.
No.
All the fucking Scottish people wanted, dude, was to be fucking free, dude.
It's good, but it ain't fucking perfect.
Dude,
it's got some issues,
That's
bro.
the end of the movie where they're fucking throwing that sword, TJ. You're that sword sailing.
It's a little fucking cornball here and there, bro. It's a little corny for what it fucking
perfect,
is.
TJ.
And then battle scenes, I mean, they good, but they ain't as good as fucking
you
remember them and shit.
No, I've seen it plenty of times. That's the fucking year better than I remember, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fucking perfect, TJ. Look, TJ. A fucking long dead dad took us to see the fucking movie, TJ. He's dead now, TJ. You're not gonna give him perfect, dude.
I'm honestly,
He's dead, TJ. You don't want to give him perfect. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a horrible son.
I'm just trying to block you because you blocked me.
You're a fucking terrible son, dude. Oh, really? Okay, go ahead and do it, man.
Yeah, you're fucking. I can't fucking deny it's fucking perfect. Whatever.
Fucking perfect, dude.
I'm trying to think of a flaw with Braveheart. I can't even fucking do it. So fuck you. Casablanca. I actually never seen. I've seen the ending, but I don't think that's enough for me to judge it. So
I ain't seen enough of it to be comfortable with that.
Don't know. I don't even know what this is.
I don't know. All
right.
Sorry, we're not.
Citizen Kane. We're not. This ain't apparently our thing. Citizen Kane. I know this is like the greatest movie of all time and everything, but I'd say like, I don't know. It's like brilliantly shot and stuff, but it's kind of dumb. It's kind of boring. I don't really care about it. Like I just don't really give a shit about the subject matter. I don't really give a shit about Charles Foster Kane. I don't really give a shit about his lost innocence. I just think he's a billionaire scumbag, and I don't fucking particularly give a shit. So. All right. That's where I'm at. Braveheart's a libertarian's wet dream. And I'm not rating this based on politics. I guess this one I kind of am because I don't like rich scumbags.
Citizen Kane. I'd say it's probably pretty fucking good, but I still honestly.
I'll take your word for it.
I don't really. It's not really my movie. I like fucking dumb action movies. I'm not the guy. For that. But I enjoyed it.
Chaplin, I've never seen. I don't know. That's gonna have to go here, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I haven't. Seen it.
I don't think we've seen this. Have you seen that?
No.
See, Dad, whatever. Coco, dude. Fuck Coco. That movie made me cry like a bitch.
Remember me.
Oh, Jesus.
Even though I must say
that was fucking embarrassing.
I watched
fucking
it.
Embarrassing.
Me and Taylor were like, told us to watch it, and we're like, okay, get the box of tissues. Me and her, I guess, are just not really. You
guys are just not sentimental people, bro.
We're not, dude, because I was like.
You're monsters. You're cold, heartless monsters.
So I still enjoyed it. Pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good.
I like Coco.
That's good. Don't know this one? Do you know this one?
Nope. Sorry.
Okay. Which one is that? Is that The Dark Knight or is that Batman Begins?
I think it's Batman.
That's The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay. God.
I just go, all right. Well,
I mean, that's being generous. I don't think it deserves fucking garbage ass bullshit, but it's not much above it.
There's some stuff in there that's good.
Das Boot.
I don't know that one. Do you know it?
I've seen it a long time ago.
So you're gonna have to do it. You rate it.
I would put it as what I remember it as. Pretty fucking good.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Django. This is another movie I think is perfect. I love this movie.
Oh, well, you know what?
It's fun.
I'd actually agree with that.
It's fucking fun to watch.
I mean, that's a movie I watched recently, and I was like, damn, this movie's still fucking
so entertaining. The main thing I'm rating these on is like how entertained I was. That's what I feel like the purpose of a movie is. So like, no matter how good something is technically, I'm not going to give it higher than what I was entertained. Doctor Strangelove.
Pretty fucking good.
I'd say it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. My favorite Kubrick shit, but I like it.
Empire Strikes Back, I would say...
Fucking perfect, dude. Fucking perfect.
I'd say really fucking good.
Oh, man. Dude.
Paper, rock, scissors, bro.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom.
Fuck, all right.
All right.
Really fucking good.
It's really fucking good, but it ain't
Ferris method,
perfect.
dude. That's the Ferris method.
I think it drags a few times.
All right.
Well. Which one is this? Avengers Endgame. Is that the very... Wait, is that the one where they defeat Thanos, or is that the one where they set up Is that the one where Thanos wins at the end, or the one where he fucking...
If it's the
Infinity
first
War
one,
is the first. Okay, Infinity War is definitely better than Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame I'd probably put as pretty fucking good.
Endgame is pretty fucking good. I liked it. I mean, neither of me and I don't think either me or Scotty are like Marvel haters. I know there's a lot of you guys that just like, garbage. So, okay, calm down. It's all right. We enjoy them. Doesn't mean you have to. You could fucking still hate them. It's fine. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay.
If you want to hit him, you want to hit him with a stick, you want to find like a poster or something, hit it with a stick, go ahead and do it.
You hate Django and I don't know. It's just a stupid.
Wow.
I don't want to call you stupid because you are a patron, but like if you weren't a patron, I'd be calling you a stupid piece of shit right now.
We'll be slapping the shit out of you right now if you weren't a patron, but you are.
But you are, so I guess you have.
How about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
I
think it's pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good, TJ.
Favorite?
Oh. You almost cheated. Oh, he tried to
because your timing is so weird. You're like the worst fucking paper rock because you're always like, it's supposed to be like paper rock shoot, and then you're just like It's like, oh my god,
it's part of my strategy to win, dude.
You suck. You just suck. Anyway, I guess you win because you're an asshole. What'd you say again?
Pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good. Okay.
Pretty fucking
good. So that's gonna be the biggest category here.
Oh shit, dude.
All right, I'm gonna be honest.
Shit, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. Now, normally, if I was doing the kayfabe like I do with you and Paul, I would say fucking garbage ass bullshit. But I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it's aight. That's my olive branch to you. It's aight.
No, the Fellowship of the Ring, dude.
It's aight, Scotty.
Fuck no, dude.
That's as generous as I'm gonna be.
Journey.
That's as generous as I'm gonna be.
Shall not pass,
all right,
CJ.
Where this is going to the chat.
I'm not gonna say perfect. I'm gonna say what's the one above it? Really fucking good.
This is the Fellowship, right? That's Fellowship.
Yeah, Fellowship of the Ring.
All right,
really
Fellowship of the Ring. All right, you guys can fucking vote on this stupid shit, but remember, it sucks. So who's right? Me, who says it's aight, or Scotty, who says...
Not just all fucking right, dude. You're so fucking high.
What did you say? What did you say it was? You said it's pretty fucking good or really fucking good?
Really fucking good.
Oh, my God.
Really
what a
fucking
dumb
good.
ass. Don't let him get away with this. Don't let this movie fucking...
No, these movies are fucking great.
Don't let anybody fucking think... Don't fucking mislead future generations into thinking this is worth it.
These are amazing cinematic achievement.
It's not worth your fucking time, really.
It's like,
effects,
okay. Amazing special effects, amazing everything.
Of course, the dipshits are already fucking... Oh, it's so good, so
amazing
good.
Casting, amazing locations,
I'm just going to fucking do it. You just win. Whatever. Fuck you.
Thank you.
Garbage motherfuckers. I won't even bother fighting on these Lord of the Rings anymore because these people are just stupid.
No, they're right, dude.
I mean, well, they're patrons, so they're fucking not stupid, I guess.
Stupid because they don't agree with me.
Yeah, exactly. Fight Club, pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no dispute there.
I would say it's pretty fucking good. Full Metal Jacket, I don't know. You can put it where you want.
Pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good. Forrest Gump, I would say, I mean...
Oh, God. That's a good fucking movie.
It's kind of lost its power because I've seen it so many times, but I've seen it so many times because it's really fucking watchable. I don't agree with its values or whatever the fuck. I don't like that whole, like, simple kind of man bullshit, but it's a really fucking watchable movie. I'd say it's really fucking good.
I agree with you there.
All right. Gladiator, I'd say, is really fucking good.
Yeah,
or pretty fucking good. I don't know.
Really fucking good, dude. I love it.
I'm going to go with you because... I'm almost there. I've never seen The Godfather Part 2, so you can put it where you want.
I would say pretty fucking good.
The original Godfather.
Really fucking good.
So you like... A lot of people like the second one better. I know that, but... I have actually seen this, and I don't really like it, but... I'm not going to fucking bother. I know the chat ain't going to fucking...
They ain't going to back you on that.
You're like, The Godfather's a fucking masterpiece. Blah, 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 blah. Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I would say not my favorite in the Man with No Name trilogy. It's super fucking long and kind of
ecstasy of gold.
It's fun, but it's also got a lot of parts that drag and it's like kind of sleep inducing, to be honest with you. Like
I would say, it's
but there's
all right.
fun parts. I would say it's pretty fucking good, but I don't know.
I'm almost more like you know, I'm not really a huge fan of this movie.
We can do a fucking.
All right. Paper, rock, scissors.
You're supposed to fucking do paper, rock, scissors, shoot, bro. Right. Paper, rock, scissors, shoot. Right. Or I can just do it on. I'll just do it on 3. It'll be easier for me to change than you.
Paper, rock. Yeah. I think you want to do.
I said I was gonna change for you. All right, fine.
Paper, rock.
Boom.
Damn. Fucking piece of
Punk
shit,
ass
dude.
bitch.
Fuck you, TJ. Fucking punk ass
Goodfellas,
bitch.
despite starring Ray Liotta, pretty fucking good movie. I'd say pretty fucking good.
I agree.
All right. Good Will Hunting.
It's not your fault, TJ.
It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not
TJ,
your fault.
TJ. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Westerns suck. Do they don't? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass,
Fucking
dude.
Westerns suck, bitch.
If anyone who thinks an entire genre of movies sucks is a fucking moron. I'm sorry. Like, if you think there's never been a good example of filmmaking in a particular genre, you're a fucking idiot. Even I, with my war movies, will admit there are fucking good war movies. I've admitted to several. I even put fucking Braveheart, which a lot of people would say is a war movie. And I guess Django is a little bit of a war movie in some respects. There's like a war. There's like a war going on. It's like post-Civil War shit. Or pre-Civil War shit, I guess, but it's like lead up to the Civil War, so I don't know. Good Will Hunting. I mean, maybe I'm showing my fucking sentimental side too much here, but I'd say it's really fucking good. I mean, I found it very moving. I don't know. What would you say?
I put it's pretty fucking good.
I'll accept that.
I'll accept pretty fucking good.
Grave of the Fireflies I've actually not seen. Have you?
No.
No? We've seen all the same shit. Harikari. I've not seen it.
Nope. I haven't seen it either.
I can't even tell what this is. Some Japanese movie. I can't tell. Can you tell what this is?
I have no idea.
All right. Inception. I would say I think it's really fucking good. I always liked that movie.
It's definitely a trippy film, and definitely Chris Nolan.
It's worth watching more than once, and I had fun watching it.
Makes you
every time I
question
saw
reality, dude. If you see the fucking shit spinning, you're like, is it a dream?
It's got like this. There's like a certain sterility and like disconnectedness, like a disenfranchisement between, like, with the Chris Nolan movies. It's almost like he's like has a level of detachment from what he's showing. Like he's almost like, it feels like that it kind of has like a Lovecraftian feel. I always wanted him to adapt some Lovecraft because Lovecraft wrote the way that he directs, where it's almost like they're kind of detached from the story they're telling, but it's still very involved and intricate. But it's like they refuse to be emotionally invested in it, and they just
it's very technical almost.
Right,
yeah.
and they just like, they're telling you, and you can feel invested, but like you can tell that there's like a certain level of like, I am here to show you this, but I have no opinion. I'm not going to color your judgment of it, you know?
Inception set a bar, and I mean, the fucking goddamn soundtrack got ripped off about 1 million fucking times.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't know. I'd say it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really fucking good movie.
Okay. This is Infinity War. I would say that's really fucking good too. Yeah. I know the people, Marvel haters are going to be fucking they'll be pissed.
I mean, we get that, but I mean, fuck, dude. It's just
I don't
really
care.
funny.
It's fucking, I don't know. It is what it is. Inglourious Bastards.
I fucking love this fucking movie. Fucking love Inglourious Bastards.
Where would you put it then?
I mean, it's tough to not say fucking perfect, but I don't think you'll go with that. So
I would say pretty fucking good, so we can split the difference at really fucking good.
I'd say really fucking good. I was just blown away when I saw that movie.
There you go.
Well, a few times it's never even happened.
Interstellar, I've never seen. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
Okay, so I will put that there. It's a Wonderful Life. I've seen that a couple times.
I don't really care for this kind of shit, so I'd say fucking garbage ass bullshit.
I'd say it's aight for what it is.
Fine.
I don't know. I don't think that should be the fucking cherry pop of the fucking garbage bin.
All right, fair enough. I guess.
I mean, all these movies are well regarded, so I guess there's not going to be like a super deserving film, probably.
Oh, Joker, I love. I wouldn't say it's fucking perfect though. I'd say
really fucking good or pretty fucking good. Which one you want?
Really fucking good.
I'm just gonna go there too, so we'll do that. Leon the Professional. I'd say that's a pretty fucking good movie.
I don't have much argument about that.
Life is Beautiful.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Can't give you shit on that one.
Like the title alone, I'm like, meh.
Life is beautiful. Life is
like
bullshit.
Stars on Earth. I know neither of us have seen that. I've not seen Memento. If you have, you can rate it.
I'd say pretty fucking good.
Okay.
Another Chris Nolan flick.
Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times. Never seen it. I'm stupid. Sorry. Fritz Lang's M. Never seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. North by Northwest. I wish I'd seen this because I know it's super famous.
I have seen this. I would put it as pretty fucking good.
All right. Is that the original Old Boy? I think it is.
Is it?
I don't know. That's got to be a fucking perfect, right? I mean, it's got to be close at least. It's either really fucking good or it's fucking
I'd
perfect,
say really
right?
fucking good.
Okay. I mean, I'll accept that for it. Once Upon a Time in America. I'm sorry. This is a boring ass movie.
Yeah. Fucking garbage ass bullshit.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm comfortable with that being the cherry pop on that.
I've seen that fucking movie.
It's so boring.
It's like almost 4 hours or something.
So fucking boring.
And nothing happens.
Once Upon a Time in the West, almost as boring, but a little less. So I guess I'll say it's I.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Fucking perfect.
I mean, that's fucking you. It's like hard to get.
Fucking a great movie, just like a movie that'll blow you away. Parasite.
I'd say really fucking good.
Yeah, definitely gives you kind of a feel for like the Korean culture and like it. I know it feels like one of those movies that's kind of like a window into another world.
Paths of Glory. I don't even know that one. Do you know it?
That is a Stanley Kubrick movie, I believe.
Kirk Douglas. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a war thing where it's like.
I see.
It's like there's like a trial, and it's like he's on trial for like leading his men to some charge or some shit or something like that. I saw it a long time ago. I would say we haven't fucking seen it because I can't remember the movie.
I haven't seen it either. Psycho, I've seen. I would say really fucking good. For
totally,
Psycho.
it totally subverts expectations with the fucking second act. So it's
would you say it goes anywhere else?
Really fucking good.
Okay, we're in agreement there. Pulp Fiction, I would also say really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
Super quotable, super fun to watch.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
Indiana Jones. Which one is that? Is that Raiders of the Lost Ark? I can't tell what cover I'm looking at. I'm just gonna let's just fucking say this is the entire Indiana Jones series. They're all pretty much good. I don't know.
With the exception of Kingdom of Crystal.
Well, I meant the good ones.
Oh, the original.
I meant the real trilogy, not the fucking.
I'd put them as pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Rear Window, I would say is really good.
Oh god, I love that movie. Really fucking good.
Requiem for a Dream, I haven't actually not seen. Okay, neither seen that. Reservoir Dogs, I would say is good.
Yeah.
I'd say pretty good. I wish there was. I don't know. I wish there was I wish there was something in between for these. Honestly,
above all right, but I'd say not.
I can't. Work. Oh man, it just doesn't seem like it belongs in the company here though. I'm gonna say it's all right.
Now fuck you, bitch.
I'm gonna say it's all right. Fuck you. Let's do this.
Okay. Paper. Oh man, that's fucking rigged. That's fucking rigged.
Fuck
man.
you, Reservoir, bitch. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, here it is. It's alright. Whatever.
Man, whatever, TJ. That's fucking miscarriage of justice right there.
Return of the Jedi. Wherever. I don't know. It's really fucking good, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, probably
put it with its Star Wars brother.
Probably like really the most famous and well remembered Star Wars movie, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, people always talk a big game at Empire, but like a lot of the shit that really gets remembered is from that. So here's another of these Lord of the Rings things. I don't know which one this is.
Really fucking good, dude. Doesn't matter which one it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you just do whatever you fucking want with those.
Yes, thank you.
Because they're not gonna side with me, so fuck it. Saving Private Ryan, it's alright. I don't know. I didn't give a shit.
I mean,
I can't really say it's garbage because I guess it was kind of fun, but like,
I'd say pretty good. Pretty fucking good.
All right, whatever. You can have it, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
Schindler's List.
Don't you hate this movie?
Yeah, I don't know. It's alright.
Damn, you think it's all right, dude?
It's alright.
I mean, what's his name? Ralph Fiennes has some really amazing portrayals in the movie.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like it's pretty fucking good.
The fuck Reservoir Dogs. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't give a shit about those characters. I don't give a shit about their little predicament. I don't really see what I'm supposed to be. Where's the hook for me? I just don't give a fuck. Sorry, I don't care.
And the one guy never got shot, dude. That always bothers me.
Yeah, and that is just impossible gunshot. So fuck you. It's all bullshit. The whole fucking movie falls apart. You're a dumbass. Schindler's List is
it's pretty fucking good, TJ.
Pretty fucking good.
Come
right,
on,
whatever.
TJ.
You fucking have it, I guess. I'll side with you just
because.
What's
in the box? What's in the box?
Here's one I just think is alright. I don't know. It's alright.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of 7. I don't really care. I wouldn't really fight you on that one.
Seven Samurai is fucking perfect, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. You stupid piece of shit.
Oh, it's 7 Samurai?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I ain't even gonna fucking let you argue with me.
It's Kurosawa.
I'm not even gonna let you fucking argue with me, bitch.
Not even my favorite Kurosawa movie, but I'm not gonna argue against the Kurosawa.
Silence of the Lambs.
God, that's to me a fucking perfect. That's a fucking. I love that movie.
Is that fucking perfect?
Oh God, yeah, dude, it's great.
Yeah.
Paper, rock, scissors, dude.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't even know. Have you seen Snatch? I never seen it.
I love Snatch. I would say Snatch is pretty fucking good.
Okay, I never seen it, so I'll trust you on it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I'd say is pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good. Agreed.
Spirited
Away, I love. Really fucking good.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what that fuck. I don't think I've seen it, but I'll go.
Dude, it's on HBO. Do you have HBO Max?
I don't.
Oh, fucking idiot.
So the original Star Wars, I would say, is like maybe like one rung below the other two for me, honestly.
Pretty fucking good.
So I'll do it in pretty.
Definitely an enjoyable flick.
Sunset Boulevard, I never seen. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Okay. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Fucking love it. Perfect.
No, it's not perfect.
You fucking piece of fucking shit.
I'm gonna say pretty fucking good.
No! No, I say fucking perfect, dude. Oh god, you're so stupid, man.
All right.
Oh, you're so fucking
Paper, rock,
stupid.
scissors, then.
Paper, rock, scissors. Fuck!
Damn.
Fuck!
There you go.
I demand a poll, dude. I fucking demand a poll.
All right. Sky is demanding a poll for this one.
Look, if I fucking lose paper, rock, scissors, and the fucking challenge.
Just remember, John Connor is an annoying little fuck in this movie. Just saying. He's got 90s kid itis.
Dude, but you got fucking... Dude, Arnold had his fucking... Besides Conan, his finest role, dude. I gotta get a fucking drink.
Give me one, too, please.
What do you want?
Just like a little Diet Coke or whatever. All right. So here you guys get to choose between where it should fall, between perfect and... You know what? I'm not even gonna go to really fucking good. I'm gonna say it belongs in pretty fucking good. So there you go. There's that shit. Scotty demands a poll for Terminator 2. We're doing it. It's up there. It's happening. You guys can fucking be the deciding factor on that one. Oh, shit. It looks like it's a contentious one. It's 50-50 with 20 votes in. We got... It's a perfect split. This is a very divisive film in terms of how it should be appraised. Yeah, I don't think Terminator 2 has aged the best in the world, honestly. I think that it has, if you've seen it recently, it's like, in certain respects, it's kind of like off. And the first film, honestly, stands the test of time better at this point. I don't know what to tell you. I used to be a firm believer in the Terminator 2 is the better movie theory, but like, honestly, I've watched both of them super recently, and I gotta say, the first one is just a fucking, it's an imminently more watchable fucking movie at this point. I don't know. And Paul, when I said that to him, vehemently disagreed with me. And then he's recently rewatched them, and now he's come around to my way of thinking. He's like, actually, you're right. This is, well, he never said you're right because it's Paul, but like, yeah, I'm right. Is what it boils down to.
If people fucking don't vote fucking perfect here, miscarriage of justice, dude. So many memorable scenes. I did your clothes, your bike. You know, he goes to his whole fucking your boots, and it's like, you forgot to say please.
And if you want to shine someone on, it's hasta la vista, baby.
Whatever, dude.
Dude, John Connor is so
you got
fucking
everything.
annoying, bro.
You got fucking amazing special effects, amazing
He's
scenes.
so annoying.
And at the end, dude, I must destroy myself. There's one ship left here. And you're like, oh my God, the machine made me fail. Fucking perfect, dude.
It looks like I'm winning this one.
Dude, this is a fucking miscarriage of justice, dude. This is a fucking complete God, this is fucking God. Oh, this is bullshit. You guys
lost paper, rock, scissors. You lost. Oh, by the way, I downgraded it because you made me do this shit. I downloaded it pretty fucking good. So it's now down here.
That's a complete miscarriage.
Miscarriage of fucking justice, bro.
Dude, this is, I mean, you're just so fucking wrong. It's unbelievable.
Unfucking believable.
It's seldom someone's this wrong in their life. TJ, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to be like, God, I should have rated it as perfect. Beep. You're going to fucking know in that moment you fucked up, dude.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. All right, so The Dark Knight. I would say really fucking good.
I agree with you there. What about The Departed?
The Departed.
Departed, TJ. Don't say retarded.
The fucking Departed.
The Departed.
Did
you know The Departed, TJ?
I say pretty fucking good on The Departed. The Departed. Or would you say better? I say pretty fucking good.
Really fucking good. I'm fine with that. Or pretty fucking good, whatever.
Well, we can I don't know, we can talk about it if you want it to go up here.
I mean, honestly, that's not one where I'm like, I feel like, I gotta really defend it.
The Great Dictator, I've seen. I think it's pretty fucking good. Have you seen that?
All
right, well, I guess I get the run of that one.
Rate it however you want.
Green Mile, I'd also say pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I agree with that. Take my hand, boy.
I don't think I know this. What is this? Jagton?
I do not know it.
I don't know. It's got Viggo Mortensen in it, apparently. I don't know.
I might like it, but I don't know. I'd say it's perfect. Haven't seen it.
The Intouchables. I don't think I've seen that. Have you seen that?
Don't know it.
I don't know. Is that the fucking remake of The Lion King?
If you're talking about the original Lion King, I would say almost fucking perfect.
I think this is the fucking remake version.
Fucking garbage ass bullshit if that's what I'm talking about.
I never seen it, but I'm already.
If you're talking about the original Lion King, I would probably put it as really fucking good.
Let me make sure. That looks totally like the fucking, like it's CG fucking shit. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's fucking, yeah. Fuck that.
No, if it's the original, then I'd put it.
All right, so if we're wrong and this is actually the actual Lion
Really
King,
fucking,
I'd say it goes somewhere up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if this is the remake, which it looks like it is, I'm putting it fucking down in the garbage.
It's horrible. Bin. It's terrible. I would.
They're just using the remake poster. It's the original movie. Okay. Well, in that case, I would say good, really fucking good.
Love that movie.
The Lives of Others, I've not seen. Have you?
No.
Okay. Pianist, I've not seen. Have you?
I've seen it. I'd put it as okay.
It's aight. The Prestige.
Oh, I love this movie. Really fucking good.
Which one is that? I always get this confused with the different. There's like two magician movies that came out the same fucking year.
There's The Illusionist and there's Prestige. This one's directed by Chris Nolan.
Okay, that's the one with David Bowie and shit.
Yes, as Nikola
Tesla.
Okay,
I would say. What would you say? Pretty fucking good or really fucking good?
Really fucking good movie.
Okay,
I love this fucking movie.
Been a minute since I've seen it, but I'll defer.
Fucking perfect.
The Shining, I think, is fucking a great movie.
If you fucking fight me on fucking perfect, you're an idiot, dude.
I'm not going to.
Okay, good.
Other people will. There's people who hate that movie.
God, I don't know why.
They're stupid. Fucking imbeciles. Usual Suspects. Once you know what's happening, I mean,
not much replay value, but I'd still say it's good.
I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's another.
That's the Two Towers. Oh my god, fucking great, fucking amazing.
yeah, here you go. All right, Vertigo. I actually never seen. Have you seen Vertigo?
I really enjoyed Vertigo. I'd put it as really fucking good.
All right, I'm sure you're right because it is.
I mean, it's a famous movie, but when you watch it, you'll see why. You'll see why it has all that acclaim.
Wally.
I have a soft spot for this movie, so
I do too.
I would say really. Yeah. Oh wow! I thought you were gonna fight.
No, I love Wally.
I love Wally. I love the whole universe. I love everyone's fucking fat and lazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And they have to use that fucking the immense effort to walk, and it's just a
dude. This is the movie I just watched the other day. I fucking love this movie. Have you seen the movie Whiplash, Scotty?
I saw that scene, so it's up to you.
I am gonna fucking. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's fresh in my memory, and I really fucking love it. But I'm gonna fucking say it's perfect.
What?
I really fucking. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
That's gonna go to a vote. I have not seen it.
That's one of the best movies I've ever fucking seen, dude.
I'm not comfortable putting perfect. I have to say, I'd allow really fucking good at most.
All right, Scotty's fucking challenging me, even though I let him have the run of the fucking board.
Nah, I got to challenge you on that one, dude. No, you challenged T2, man.
All right.
Perfect. Really fucking good. I haven't seen it. That's the only reason I'm challenging. If you put
fucking J.K. Simmons is a monster in that fucking movie. If you put it
anywhere else, but
that movie
when
is
you're saying fucking perfect,
it has probably the best fucking ending I've ever seen in a fucking movie. I would fucking I went back and like rewatched just the ending after I fucking watched it. I was like,
well, I'll definitely check it out.
I've literally never fucking done that before. I just I watched it and I went back and rewatched the fucking entire ending again.
Well, I'm glad you know.
Holy shit!
The most impressive thing about it, TJ, regardless of how this vote goes, you actually picked the fucking movie. So good job on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a rare thing for TJ to fucking zero in, watch a movie in completion. Because I know she doesn't also movie watcher like this. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, good movie. Oh, it's great. What the person on Twitter? Oh yeah, you know that movie I saw like 10 minutes of in total? Great.
It looks like they're gonna stop me from putting it in perfect, but
thank you.
Whatever. They're garbage. Stupid chat. You don't know shit. You're garbage.
Well, not enough people have seen the movie. I think that's kind of the that's kind of the basis.
Eat a vast preponderance of dick, you useless bastards.
Fuck you, TJ.
Witness for the prosecution. I ain't seen it. You ain't seen it. We fucking move on. I don't know what this is. It can go here. Shawshank Redemption.
Andy Dufresne.
His name was Andy Dufresne.
It's hard not to put this as not a fucking perfect movie.
I mean, yeah, because it's like it's like
the replay value of this movie alone.
Yeah, it's you've seen it a million times because it's fucking so good. It's I don't know. You can't even fuck with it.
Get busy living.
So Scotty, you said that you didn't think any movie was going to be fucking perfect for you, but you got 7. We got 7 up here. You know,
7 Up. Make 7 up yours.
Make 7 up yours. So perfect films include Braveheart, Django Unchained, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 7 Samurai, Silence of the Lambs, The Shining, and The Shawshank Redemption. All fucking obviously fucking film classics and shit. Back to the Future, by the way, you belong up there. You got robbed. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you didn't.
I'm just gonna sneak you on up.
Wait,
hold on, wait. Hold, maybe there's one you want to put up there, Scotty. Maybe there's one you want to fucking put up there as well. You know?
No.
Wasn't there one you made an argument? Didn't you want fucking Terminator? Didn't you say Terminator 2?
Now you know what, TJ? I feel like it's an appropriate spot.
Okay.
Go ahead and take Back to the Future off.
All right, that's fine.
Dude,
that's what you want.
You're forgetting, TJ, that I feel better knowing I'm denying you that than you giving me something.
Well, hey, apparently that's how it goes. Fellowship not perfect. You got Frodo Baggins, whatever. It's because of me. because of me, okay? Because Scotty probably fucking put all that shit. Tolkien was the greatest, you know, all that shit, and then he'd fucking have it up there. But this is the fucking nature of reality, folks. This is what fucking is. This is reality for you. Okay, this is your tier list.
This makes sense to me.
I'll give you a moment to soak it all in here. This is fucking really fucking good shit. I'll just read them. Clockwork Orange, Alien, Aliens, Inglourious Bastards, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Lord of the Rings, all the fucking Lord of the Rings movies apparently, even though, they suck. Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Gladiator, what is this shit here?
What is it we rated?
Oh, Rear Window. Rear Window, Pulp Fiction, Psycho, Parasite, Old Boy, Joker, Avengers, Inception, The Godfather, Spirited Away, Dark Knight, Lion King, original, not the fucking remake, Prestige, another fucking Lord of the Rings garbage fest, Vertigo, Wall-E and Whiplash, all really fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Doctor Strangelove, 12 Angry Men, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Amadeus, American Beauty, Apocalypse Now, Citizen Kane, Coco, Das Boot, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless fucking Mind, Avengers, Endgame, Fight Club, Full Metal Jacket, Godfather Part 2, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Goodfellas, Good Will Hunting, Interstellar, Leon, The Professional, Memento, North by Northwest, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and all the fucking, I guess all the Indiana Jones movies. Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, except for the Crystal Skull. Snatch, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Star Wars, the original Star Wars, New Hope, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, The Departed, Great Dictator, Green Mile, Usual Suspects. All right movies in the top 100 of IMDb include American History X, The Dark Knight Rises, It's a Wonderful Life, Once Upon a Time in the West, Reservoir Dogs, Seven, and The Pianist. Garbage ass bullshit in the top 100 is fucking Once Upon a Time in America, one of the most boring fucking movies you could possibly fucking see.
We were pretty, I feel like we're pretty generous because only one got like, this just sucks.
Yeah, only one did we just say like, meh, this is fucking shit. And then a bunch of shit we haven't seen. I won't bother reading those because we ain't fucking seen them. So what really value is that to anybody? So here's what we got.
None.
Hope you guys enjoyed us doing this tier list. I'm sure that you guys have your disagreements and shit. So, you want to send us a version of yours, you can fucking do that shit and all that. Anyway.
But you're wrong.
But yeah, we
unless you make this exact chart, you're wrong.
Yes. It's been decided. Fight Clun.
Fight Clun.
Fight Clun should be higher up. Okay.
No, I
Here
like
you go,
that.
buddy. For just for you. There you go. There it is. This is what's what. It's actually. I decided because you said that it's actually really fucking good. So,
but we're actually not elevating Fight Club. We're actually elevating Fight Clun.
So just so you know, this is not Fight Club here. We've elevated Fight Clun to really fucking
one
good.
of those like shitty movies they make where it's like it sounds like similar, like it's the same movie.
Welcome to Fight Clun for some fucking reason, bro.
First rule of Flight Clun is you do not speak about Flight Clun to your friends or something.
First rule of Fight Clun is...
What is the second rule?
Desist from discussing Fight Clun among friends and acquaintances.
You can only tell someone once you've defeated them in a fight. But how would they show up at Fight Club then? That's the mystery. Fight Clun.
Welcome to Fight Clun.
Imagine a shitty fucking made for TV.
All right, we got one more piece of content to go through here today.
Put a lot on our fucking plate, TJ. Best TV show of all fucking time.
I mean, hey, it's just what is a tournament?
Jesus fucking
TV
Christ,
show, Scotty.
Jesus fucking Christ, TJ. What else do you want me to do?
We just gotta go through 32 TV shows.
Oh God, that's it. 30. Just a mere 32 TV shows. We're out of here.
Yeah.
And we gotta put them head to head. Numerous. Oh God.
I mean, we can.
Oh my God, TJ, what's
Some of this will
wrong
go
with
pretty
you,
quick.
TJ?
I think some of this will go pretty quick.
We're gonna fucking litigate each one.
All right.
Litigate each one. So number one is Breaking Bad versus Batman the Animated Series. I mean, this is gonna fucking be Breaking Bad, and I'll tell you why, dude. Walter fucking White, dude. Now look, I mean, the other guy that voiced Batman, he did a really good job. But look, it's hampered by the fact, and you maybe can add this as strength too, but it was like TV PG. You can only show so much. You couldn't really get into the more gritty version of Batman.
In a lot of versions of this fucking chart, Batman, the animated series, would have gone far. It just has the misfortune. It's a really good show. It probably deserves to be fucking really highly regarded.
It does.
It looks fucking beautiful. The fact that they drew it all on like black paper really fucking contributes something. The fucking use of it has one of the best intros of all time. Batman's great. Mark Hamill's Joker is fucking tremendous. All of the villains pretty much are given really good treatment in this. And it's very adult for a kid's show.
It is.
And it's very sophisticated drama a lot of times, and a lot of
it's going
intelligently
up
written psychological issues. But ultimately, it's got to be kiddie friendly.
It drew also a contender for best show of all time. I mean, and I know we're doing that here, but I'm saying but easily in the recent public fucking memory in the zeitgeist, still like Breaking Bad had an actually good ending that most people regard as a good ending for a fucking show.
Taylor's in the chat threatening that the Golden Girls has to end up number 1.
What the fuck, dude?
She said she's gonna fucking hurt you if it's not. So
Golden Girls threatening to hurt is number 1. I don't know what I would do. Oh my god, dude! I'm being threatened by my own wife.
We have people in the chat trying to fucking affect the outcome of events now, using exploiting their personal relationship with Scotty, trying to cloud his judgment. I think Golden Girls should be disqualified for that fucking comment.
Well, let's see how we vote first, dude. Right. I'm voting Breaking Bad to go on. I mean, Batman the Animated Series. No disrespect to it.
I love Batman the Animated Series.
I love it.
I fucking think it should go on, but I can't fucking say,
Yeah, you can't with a straight face. You can't say
this. It's gotta. Hey, it is what it is, man. It's like I want it. I really think it should have been eliminated somewhere around here in this range, but. All
right, I mean,
Star Trek Next Generation for Golden. I mean, come on, Scotty. Be a man. Be a man. Stand up to your wife. Come on. You know what does
TJ, look, man. Betty White just died, man. TJ. You're a friend and a confidant, TJ. What are you doing, TJ? You whipping the audience, TJ? I don't get it.
TNG cannot fucking go down in the first round to the fucking Golden Girls, dude. It's just
the Golden Girls had some memorable episodes. What about the episode?
It literally is not allowed to happen.
What about the episode where fucking Stan?
What about the episode
finger bangs Sophia, the old chick? How about that episode?
What about the episode where the Borg invade the Federation and Captain Picard is assimilated into the fucking collective, and it ended on a fucking cliffhanger for the whole season, and you had to wait fucking months to find out what was even going to happen? Like, was there an episode of the Golden Girls where you were like riveted by suspense for an entire fucking summer of your life? I don't think so.
Yeah, dude, there was many.
No.
I mean, look, it aired before I was like really able to watch TV, TJ, but when I went back and watched it with Taylor, I mean, I saw some amazing episodes of truly a groundbreaking show that, didn't simply just cast old women aside. Oh, they got to be typecast in these, particular characters. It really explored a lot of issues that really at the time were not being explored in 80s culture, TJ.
Uh-huh.
So, TJ, I cannot believe you did that.
I'm sorry, Scotty. I have unilaterally acted.
I cannot believe you've done this, TJ.
I am a bad person.
I protest. This should not have happened.
I am sorry for what I have done.
This is
unfortunately there is no way to change.
Is there any way to change the outcome of this, TJ?
I'm trying as hard as I can.
Please try harder.
But it's not going to happen. Oh no.
I mean, in all seriousness, there's no fucking way I would vote for the Golden Girls. Taylor, I'm sorry. I love you. I know I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, baby, but I love TNG. You know that.
Yep.
I love it, baby.
Can't happen. Can't happen. Just can't happen, bro.
It's going to be a nice night on the couch for me. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll have to sleep with Manson, Not the rock star, my cat.
So Daria versus Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I mean, giant fighting robots versus I'm depressed about everything. Giant fighting robots.
Daria was my fucking that was my shit when I was. She's like, I never related to a.
She's your spirit animal.
Yeah, Daria's my spirit animal, dude.
I got you.
I've never fucking related. So I have a personal connection.
Giant angel is my spirit animal, dude.
So you know what? I'm gonna put it up to the chat. I know they're probably gonna fucking go with the fucking crazy robots and shit, but
look, chat.
Oops. I fucking put the name of the
poll Daria.
Poll Daria.
Normally I try to make a convincing argument that probably wouldn't convince you. Let me just say this. Depressed teenage girl or giant fighting robots?
Well, it's also a depressed teenage girl in that as well, to be fair.
Just not getting into too many details there. Just think about there might be depressed characters in an Evangelion. But you know what?
I just think Daria's a fucking well-written show.
What about when fucking giant angels show up and have to fucking kill
a lot
them?
of the groundwork for Rick and Morty is strangely enough laid out in Daria. If you really fucking look at the family dynamic of powerful businessman mother and wimp father and the jaded cynicism of their fucking kids and stuff.
Look, I'm not saying it's not a good show.
I don't know. I think it's fun. Man. And I just relate to Daria as a character. I like her fucking little quips and dry humor.
What happens in the Daria universe if angels show up, dude?
The human race is obviously destroyed.
Yeah. It's annihilated
at that point.
In the Neon Genesis Evangelion universe, like, we build giant.
But what happens? What happens if
beat the shit out of those fucking things, man?
Dude, you just made me want a weird crossover where Daria has to pilot a fucking Eva to fucking say, "Oh my god, that'd be funny."
Daria, the angels are coming within 3 miles of Tokyo.
So we'll let that poll run for a minute while we decide between Frasier and Stranger Things. I think for Stranger Things, right? I mean, like,
when you're strange,
like a sitcom's not going to beat an actual show, is it?
Your name?
No, probably not.
Stranger Things is a better show. I like Frasier though.
Frasier's fine for a sitcom. So Looney Tunes versus the '90s version of The Outer Limits. I would say Looney Tunes are better than that shit.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, like, Outer Limits had some good episodes, but overall, most of them were stinkers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crap.
It's just the poor man's Twilight Zone. Let's just be honest.
Here's the ultimate stupid bullshit versus intelligent bullshit. Dragon Ball Z.
I hate to disappoint people, but Dragon Ball fucking
Jeopardy,
Z,
bro.
Kamehameha, fucking Alistair back into the next fucking life, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Fucking spirit bomb his ass.
So this is where I have to choose between my intellectual side. Oh, yes, a rousing game of Jeopardy.
TJ, just think about the show that you're on. Dude, what about the gayest, most badass character of all? Frieza, dude. Is there not a more gay, badass, androgynous, non-binary fucking character you could ever imagine?
I've decided who I really am, I guess.
Dude, it's a base show, TJ. It's a fucking show that is like, you need to debase yourself, debase your intelligence.
So Daria did better than I thought it would in our poll, but I think it's pretty obvious that Neon Genesis is winning. So
because I kept it simple for people. I'm
even
like,
though
look, the press girl,
I would say
giant fighting robots.
I would advance Daria over Neon Genesis, but the people have spoken. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood versus.
Now, I watched Brotherhood recently.
And I watched Dexter recently.
So you know where my vote's going to go, dude. I enjoy Dexter, but those later seasons are just too fucking flawed.
As much as Dexter raped me in the ass multiple times, it only hurts so bad because I love it so much. So I'm going to go Dexter, personally.
Oh, my God, dude.
I just can't. I guess I just love the abuse. 5. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, dude, you are a fucking glutton for punishment. I mean, how can you with a straight fucking face?
Because you know what, Scotty? It only hurts so bad because I love it so much.
I mean, like, maybe how much people
there's so much brilliant shit in there. Hello, Dexter Morgan. Just like, I don't know. That's better than any goddamn moment in Brotherhood. I can't.
Oh, no, it's not, dude. I mean, if we're talking about the original series, I would give it to Dexter. Right. Brotherhood, I mean, just fix some.
Brotherhood.
Fix so many of the fucking flaws of the other one.
Can I have to be FME? Because, man, it's not all about it's more about the goddamn destination than the fucking, it's a journey than destination, man.
And it's a great journey.
You don't have to just because the fucking ending sucks does not ruin every goddamn thing that happened good in Dexter.
And fucking Brotherhood.
There's a lot of great moments in fucking
Brotherhood
Dexter.
had a great fucking ending for a show. It's probably, widely regarded as one of the best animes of all times.
But it's still got all that anime weeaboo fucking residue
on
it.
But you know the thing with that is it's tolerable. There's enough of it where it's like, okay, that's silly, but it's like it pleases everyone.
Of course,
it ultimately pleases everyone.
Fucking weeb audience.
You know the fucking weebs. You know the fucking
whatever. It's done. It's closed.
You know the weebs are gonna come out.
You pieces of shit.
TJ doesn't appreciate animation.
Fucking stupid motherfucking idiots.
Look, brilliant decision.
This would be going so fucking different if it was just me.
The people have fucking
hate this bullshit.
The people have spoken. TJ, look.
And now these stupid weebs are gonna say Death Note is better than South Park, where they're fucking wrong. South Park wins, right? Are you gonna fucking give them this too?
Oh man, that's fucking tough, TJ. This is fucking tough.
Oh, it's
you know
not
what, TJ? Persuade
tough,
me, TJ.
Bitch.
Persuade me. Then persuade me.
Because South Park is funny as fuck. At least it was. I mean, like, obviously it's gone past its heyday and shit, and there's been some shitty seasons, but, like, it's been on for a million fucking years. Death Note was self-contained, and honestly, the second half of Death Note had some fucking issues. They killed one of the fucking... They did a doke, so they killed a fucking important rival character off way too fucking early in the show.
Way too early in the show. Yeah, you know, you've kids to me. And plus, I love Cartman. South Park.
Yeah, Cartman made a fucking... Winning Death Note is a motherfucker... Imagine Cartman with the Death Note, by the way. That'd be funny shit.
That'd be a funny-ass show, yeah.
They should fucking do a goddamn episode, at least.
Death Note, come back.
It's a little late for it,
dude, no, I want an anime based around Cartman having the Death Note.
would be fucking
Dude,
awesome.
I would fucking watch the shit out of that fucking show.
Okay, Sopranos versus Avatar: The Last Air. I mean,
Avatar's a fucking great show. And most people probably would, I would say probably put that over the Sopranos that I know personally. But
I would.
But I like the Sopranos a lot fucking more than I like
Oh,
Avatar.
you're so dumb.
Nah,
so dumb.
dude, it's a fucking great fucking show, dude. Great fucking show.
I'm so glad Paul isn't here because he'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna honestly tell me a little children's baby cartoon is better than the most sophisticated?"
He's not fucking here.
No wonder. But I'm glad you ain't here, Paul, because your dumbass fucking opinion ain't welcome in this fucking shit.
Well, because you know
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a fucking masterpiece.
You would be losing this vote.
Masterpiece.
You'd be losing this vote so fucking quick,
But I guess we'll
dude.
fucking see what the chat says. You want to piss Paul off? Let The Sopranos lose here.
A great show.
I'm going to appeal to your hatred of Paul.
James Gandolfini, fucking.
If the subreddit's here, they're going to fucking back me just for that. So.
Own this fucking role.
I'm corrupting the fucking people with my shit.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. No disrespect to it as a show, but if I'm fucking forced to pick, I'm going The Sopranos.
Fucking suck, Pranos, motherfucker.
Ran for longer, man. Great character arcs. I mean, dude, just what
you didn't even watch. Shut up. I've watched enough. I saw enough. I saw
he hasn't
plenty.
Seen a fucking.
I saw fucking plenty, bro. I saw fucking.
Don't stop.
I saw the fucking ending. I saw most of the goddamn first 3.5 seasons or some shit. So I'm good.
The ending confused the shit out of
people. I
people,
got as much as I want.
The fucking ending fucks with your head, man.
Don't stop believing.
Oh man, look. The fucking Avatar. So you know what? I'm not surprised.
Yes, the weebs finally do something good.
The Avatar: The Last
Airbender. The weebs well, they could change. I see them fucking flip. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's fucking pulling away.
Nah, dude.
Yes,
I went up.
Yes,
I demand hit. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah,
call prematurely.
Clear. 72 fucking percent.
Called
bitch.
prematurely,
so.
dude.
That would have been called. That would have been called. I'd have called that if the Sopranos got to 72%. Fuck
you
that.
know, this is so fucking rigged against the
fucking threshold. It's 30 fucking votes.
Look, this is
69
fucking
30%. It's easily fucking going away with it.
There's people voting against Paul.
Run away with it. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever I got to do to win. 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 Yep.
So Paul, next time you see TJ, just know this: he used the fucking hatred of you.
I use it to my advantage.
To his advantage.
To win.
And you know what?
To fucking make the Sopranos go down, bro.
Well, you're just lucky Paul's not here, dude. If Paul was here, he would fucking say, you know what, Scotty? He'd be like, Scotty, you're right. And it's be moving on. But of course, you go to the fucking weeaboo-filled fucking chat. So fucking rude. Oh, I watched that when I was a little kid. Fucking Sopranos is too fucking smart for these fucking goddamn people. They're all on fucking drugs.
Avatar is not really weeb. Avatar is pretty weeb, but it's good.
This is so fucking rigged against the rightful fucking.
You know what?
Oh, you know man, it's so fucking.
You know what Avatar really is?
TJ.
I'll tell you what Avatar really is. Avatar is us.
An inferior show to The Sopranos. That's what it is.
Avatar is Americans looking at anime and being like, all right, let's take the things that work about this and use them. And all the stuff that's stupid and retarded, let's leave that in the Japanese shit and we'll fucking get rid of that and do like actually good storytelling conventions. And it's the perfect amalgamation. It's fucking the shit. We did what fucking America's always done best. We took some other person's culture. We
stole their idea.
Got rid of the garbage and we Americanized it and made it good. That's what we do. That's what we fucking do as a country, okay?
I agree with you there, but you know what? I just feel like Sopranos is robbed. But you know, whatever. I mean,
so serious sci-fi show versus sci-fi comedy show, basically. DS9 versus Futurama.
Look, I've seen.
I like Futurama. It's a funny show, but I'm gonna go.
I love
DS9.
DS9. Yeah, that's not even a contest for me either.
DS9 goes fucking on. I don't know what's swim. Ooh.
Oh fuck, dude. I mean, now Rick and Morty's got way more content there.
Yeah,
so it's definitely got the advantage of diversity of content. I'm really a groundbreaking show. Every animated show now.
Cowboy Bebop is a goddamn banger, bro.
It is, but here's this too. Rick and Morty has basically set the tone for what animation is now, because every show feels like it's just trying to.
It's all trying to be Rick and Morty.
It's all chasing Rick and Morty right now.
But, you know, Cowboy Bebop, it kind of stands
also
alone.
Usually,
like, nothing really, I mean, stuff might have tried to emulate it. I don't know. But, like, nothing ever did. It's like.
Well, that's why it's always been like.
It stands alone. It's very unique.
Well, you think about it. I mean, this, too. It's one of those things, one of those properties. Oh, God, we've got to adapt into a fucking movie. We've got to make it into a show. And
apparently a bad idea.
And it just hasn't fucking worked. I mean, the movie concept never went anywhere. The TV show was canceled very quickly by Netflix. And, you know, if it had been even if it had been a divided audience, but really it was just like, it's so good. It's like you just can't really capture that spirit again. And the voice acting is phenomenal in the show. I mean, Rick and Morty's got some great voice acting too. I mean,
Spike Spiegel's a fucking badass.
They're both pillars
Rick
of
Sanchez is a badass.
They're both pillars of animation, really. That's why it's such a hard.
I love Rick so much. I don't know, like he's a piece of shit, but I relate to him. I think a lot of us do.
That's why people love Rick. Rick's like the asshole but it's also all powerful. So it's like in a way you feel like he's right and justified, but in other ways you feel like, oh god, he's just a terrible person.
Such a bad guy.
So bad with his family. He's like just a terrible fucking father, terrible grandfather, just terrible influence on everybody. Just like basically poison everyone's more baser instincts in life.
Yeah.
Great characters in Cowboy Bebop, even though it's only one. It's not that long run.
I want to give it to Rick and Morty personally. It's a squeaker, but I think I want to give it to Rick and Morty.
I think it's got to go to the chat, dude.
Gotta go to the chat. All right,
because I can see Cowboy Bebop too. Like I feel like this is one where like we got to have them step in because I can honestly, I'm like 50-50. I'm like a coin flip. It's like, what am I more in the mood for? It's how it feels.
It kind of does feel like that.
It doesn't look because it's not. It's one of those rare times where it's like, God, these are both just so fucking good and so fucking entertaining and just. I mean, like just the range of both of those shows.
The question is, which was in Space Jam 2? No, the question is, why did you watch Space Jam 2 to even know that?
If Rick and Morty was in Space Jam 2, I mean, that had nothing to do with the creators of Rick and Morty.
If you watched Space Jam 2 to know that Rick and Morty were in it,
you made a mistake.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't care at that point.
Look, Rick and Morty were also a Super Bowl commercial, but their commercial was actually good.
Yeah, they did the Pringles commercial. They did a bunch of stupid shit. Like, whatever. Like, Rick and Morty has always openly embraced being a sellout shit. So, like, they've never been like, we're going to be true to artistic principles. Like, they've always just, like, from the fucking
Look how much merch
go,
they got, dude.
I mean, sold out. So, like, they've embraced that. So
Justin Roiland and the other fucking fat dude.
I don't give a fuck if Rick and Morty was in the Care Bears or some shit. I'm fine with it, I think Rick and Morty is just a damn good show. I don't know. You're not gonna. I mean, like these are both one of a kind fucking concept. Like stuff has tried to capture the spirit of Rick and Morty, but even that like Justin Roiland's other show, the fucking whatever bullshit, that doesn't fucking do it. Like nothing really does. It's all tried, but it's all failed because it's just like I don't know. There's something about it that's just fucking special. The same thing is true of Cowboy Bebop, but I just think Rick and Morty's a little bit specialer. If you want to know the truth.
I mean, they've definitely been up to bat more and fucking hit more home runs, so.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that there's like been, Cowboy Bebop kind of has an advantage that it's had a limited run from like, here's the beginning, here's the end. Rick and Morty is an ongoing fucking show.
And look, I can see which way the wind's blowing, and I honestly feel like, I'll tell you what poisoned the fucking well on this one. That fucking Netflix shit, dude.
You think that Netflix show poisoned the well?
Oh my God, yeah, fuck yeah. How could it not?
It's just like,
in fairness to the people voting against my fucking position, like, how could it fucking not? Because it sucks so bad. Like, it's just fucking criminally boring.
Yeah,
and that's the worst thing you can do with a show. Like, whatever you feel about a show, like, there's shows that are shit that I've actually liked just because they're entertaining. But, like, it's one of those shows where it's like, it just can't be that. It's not fucking interesting enough.
Quantum Leap versus Tom and Jerry.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't give a fuck about Quantum Leap. I love Tom and Jerry.
I like Quantum Leap, but Tom and Jerry is definitely better. It's really not that much of a contest. Twilight Zone versus All in the Family.
The Twilight Zone.
All in the Family probably deserves to advance, but I can't pick a sitcom over the fucking Twilight Zone, bro.
There's too many memorable episodes to me of the Twilight Zone.
I mean, come on. Animaniacs versus The Simpsons. I mean, The Simpsons pioneered the style of humor that the Animaniacs later went on to do for kids.
And I mean,
it's kind of like, I mean,
10 really decent. I mean, in most people's opinions, about 10 good seasons.
I'm not even kidding. I'm considering The Simpsons as being from like seasons 1 through 12 maybe, or 10 or somewhere like that. I'm not even thinking about the later stuff.
So Zombie shit. Simpsons excluded.
I'm just like pretending that doesn't exist. Maybe that's unfair. I don't know. But
no, I don't think it's unfair because everyone thinks about the Simpsons. That's what they're thinking.
I'm thinking about the real fucking Simpsons.
If you go look at like the most watched clips of the Simpsons online, it's from those seasons. Especially like the season like 4 through 7. That's especially popular.
The Netflix stuff fucking sucked. The animation at CB was incredible. It was good. It was great animation. It's great music. I mean, it's a great show. Cowboy Bebop definitely deserved to go forward, but like
I just feel like
some shows are just sometimes you're just gonna have those tough competitions right in the fucking beginning round.
I mean, Animaniacs, a really awesome show, but it's not a Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
It's like you're going against a fucking Leviathan. That's not gonna work.
X-Files versus Star Trek Voyager. I know you're not the biggest fan of Voyager, but I know you're not the biggest fan of X-Files either.
Yeah, this is fuck, dude.
I've
just based on the Star Trek shit, I'm gonna go Voyager.
So I've tried to sit down and watch both these shows. I got through all of Voyager. I kind of checked out on X-Files in like a couple seasons. Not to say it's bad or anything, but like, I don't know, it just kind of wears thin. I would say Voyager.
Okay, cool.
So I guess that's going on. Family Guy versus Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is a fucking real show.
No.
It's Family Guy's trash.
Flawed ending.
It's sometimes fun trash, but you know.
I mean, there's too many incredible moments in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, no, these are two fucking titans of television, but obviously different. I mean, this is like the serialized show versus the procedural.
Right. So this is like episodic procedural television at its finest versus serialized television at its finest. I
mean, Walter White's complete journey.
Oh my God.
An amazing just character arc, one of the best of fucking television history.
So
The Next Generation, so many iconic episodes.
There's also a lot of shitty episodes.
But yeah, also...
But the fact that there were shitty episodes let there be great episodes because they'd try anything.
I mean, look, dude. I hate to be any way but this, but I mean, look, it's a list we're making up. I have to be biased, and to me, it's always going to be TNG because it just explored more elements of human culture and just things that interested me more and like more philosophical questions. Like, as much as I like Breaking Bad, there's definitely ethical quandaries in that show.
Yeah,
I just felt because like just my love of science fiction and just the love of like being able to combine that with like almost high art shit, and like it's like a sleeper show in a lot of respects with just like especially with Patrick Stewart helmet, and one of my favorite characters of all time. John Picard has so many poignant speeches and moments and shit. To me, it's just more personally.
I wish I could offer up some kind of counter argument.
So this is like a gut thing. Like, yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I can't say that I 100% feel like I'm not just being a biased piece of shit, but I just love TNG.
Yeah, I mean,
I do love Breaking Bad too, but it doesn't have that same spot in my heart.
I gotta say, Breaking Bad, pound for pound, probably in a lot of ways the superior show, but like TNG is just in my heart, bro. I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like exactly that too. So if people want to shit on that decision, I don't blame them. But like that's just like, oh my God, it hits me right in the feels.
Neon Genesis for Stranger Things. I would go Stranger Things. Honestly,
it's not much of a competition. Better show.
Looney Tunes versus Dragon Ball Z.
Goku's gonna fucking take the fucking goddamn Bugs Bunny and fucking punt his ass in outer space.
Maybe he would, bitch. But like, I don't know. Bugs Bunny. I don't know, man. Those iconic fucking characters are just like. I mean, so Goku, dude, funny. Man. I just remember the time like. When has Goku ever fucking played a fiddle and made two hillbillies beat the shit out of each other? You know what I mean? Fuck, throw your partner in the ditch, slap your partner like a bitch. You know, like, I don't know. There's just like such creativity in the setups and stuff.
You know what?
Like Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner. Fucking.
It's not easy to make me laugh.
Duck season, rabbit season. I mean, like, it's just too fucking funny, man. I can't give DBZ the fucking
as much most
boring ass dragging show ever that just like has like a few punctuated cool moments that you like scatters out like fucking breadcrumbs through a forest of meandering bullshit. I gotta give it to fucking Looney Tunes, bro.
You know what? I would try to argue against you more fervently, but I actually think your defense of it's pretty funny, and I don't think I have a better defense for why it should be eliminated.
All right, so Looney Tunes proceeds.
I think you got to win that one.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood versus South Park.
I mean,
now I know you're a fucking little Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Dude,
fucking
I am a
ass
fucking
worshiper.
Apologist. Yes.
I'm
gonna tongue its asshole.
South Park, though, one of the most iconic shows of our lifetime. One of those iconic shows of our childhood, Scotty.
You know, honestly,
oh my God, he killed Kenny. You bastard. You know, remember the fucking South Park, Scotty? The fucking classic South. Remember the time Cartman made fucking Scott Tenorman eat his parents, Scotty?
I'll tell you why I'm going to vote for South Park, but it's nothing. And you make good arguments, but I'll tell you what the argument that you couldn't even make this argument. Let's just put it this way. The scene in the South Park movie and pulling a Cartman-esque thing where like I denied you to go to the movie, and it was literally one of the most hilarious fucking fall out of your seat. Like when you talk about people like rolling in the aisles, dude. That's the only time in my life I've literally seen people like literally rolling in the aisles with fucking laughter. And the fact that like I fucked TJ out of seeing that, and it's like one of the best moments of my life, the funniest fucking movies, like totally age inappropriate. My mom's like, "Oh, sweetie, I don't think we should stay for this movie." And I'm like, "No, it's great. Oh my God, it's amazing." And just having that memory and the fact that you're not there for that memory, TJ, I'll give you South Park.
I actually think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a better show. I was just fucking trolling you. I don't know. It kind of backfired. Yeah, I actually like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood a lot.
This fucking poignant ass fucking story and shit. You're like, actually, I want to vote the other way.
I do. No. Look, dude,
I'm voting South Park.
Well, look.
We can go to the chat. Let's go to the chat.
Well, let me explain my reasoning.
Okay. No, I mean,
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a great fucking show. Edward and Alfonso, their fucking story is so fucking moving and interesting. The way it wraps up is fucking great. The thing that Edward actually has to sacrifice for what he wants is a fucking brilliant twist that I never saw coming.
Oh, dude, one of the best fucking endings for a show.
And just like, I don't know, it was fucking really goddamn good. I will give it to South Park. I do think South Park probably deserves the win, but Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood does...
I mean, like,
it does deserve some praise.
I would fucking argue, even if you're not a fan of anime, you should watch that show.
It definitely is one of those ones that's good enough to transcend to non-weebs, which are pretty rare. So Avatar: The Last Airbender versus Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Why do you do this to me, List?
Oh, my God.
Oh, a dagger in my fucking heart.
I mean, dude, look, I'm sorry. I'm a fucking goddamn Star Trek nerd. I'm not voting fucking Avatar. So
Star Trek is, I don't know, it's... Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry. I just I know that makes me biased. I know that makes me a piece of shit. And like,
I'm the same. You don't have to explain it to me because it's the same fucking way. I know. I get it.
I was explaining to them.
It's fucking Star Trek DS9. I can't let it lose to a fucking cartoon. I'm
trying to explain to people who love Avatar why I fucking think that.
Gotcha. Go ahead. You explain it for both of us because I think we're on the same page here.
I mean, look, dude, when you grow up watching this shit and just loving this shit, like this shit was shit I saw when I was a kid, and like honestly, I didn't even really appreciate the time, like how good it was. And Deep Space Nine is one of those shows that just has so many great moments.
Fucking Quark, dude.
Great acting from like character actors who really just are not well known, and like didn't even really.
Quark is fucking brilliant. Fucking the dude plays Odo, Rene Auberjonois, whatever. He's fucking brilliant.
The fact that Star Trek, you get so many different styles of fucking episode,
dude. Fucking what's
Gul Dukat,
Dukat, and the fucking what's the other one? He's great. The one that's always lying and shit. The tailor. God, what's his fucking name? Garrick, man. He's always a welcome addition. Fucking all the Ferengis are fucking good. Maybe not Nog so much, but you know, all the other Ferengis are pretty fucking great. When the fucking Grand Nagus shows up, that's super fun. Cisco is fucking crazy as a captain. He's probably not my favorite, but he's fucking still great.
Like, let's put it this way. Me and TJ have never been to any conventions in our life for the most part, but we actually went to the fucking Las Vegas Star Trek convention.
I don't know if it's appropriate for me to fucking say this anymore. I don't know if it's like... Can men still express wanting to fuck a woman on a TV show? Is that like bad now?
That's horrible.
Okay, well, there's a woman on there I wanted to fuck. I will say that. It's probably not the one you're thinking. Anyway, so Rick
which one was it?
I'm not going to say because it's inappropriate.
Shit.
It's inappropriate.
I'll fucking ask you after this.
So Rick and Morty, Tom and Jerry. Two classic duos.
Here's
even
why.
Kind of sounds similar. Rick and Morty, Tom and Jerry. Rick and Morty, Tom and Jerry.
Here's why Rick and Morty,
Tom and Jerry.
Because I can imagine an episode in which Rick and Morty go to the Tom and Jerry universe and make fun of your jokes and make me laugh more. And if you can do that, it's basically just saying I can beat you at your own fucking game.
I can't even argue. You're right. They totally could do that, so fuck it. Twilight Zone versus The Simpsons.
Ooh. I mean, look, I'm totally fucking biased, and obviously I know that. I know why I keep saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I should give Twilight Zone a better shake.
In the first round, we said we're not going to hold Simpsons shittiness in later seasons against it.
Oh, we're going to do that now?
I think we should now, because, like, honestly, we gave it a first-round pass, but, like, honestly, did the Twilight Zone go to absolute dog shit halfway through?
No.
Did it give us fucking season after season of shitty, unwatchable Twilight Zone?
There's a lot of shit episodes of the Twilight Zone, too, in fairness. Like, they're not...
It's the same reason Star Trek, The Next Generation has them, because it's like they're trying shit. They're trying different shit.
You can see that. You can see there's... And, like, dude, just for the back in the day, they made so many fucking episodes of these fucking shows. So, like, they had so many fucking canvases.
The Simpsons is iconic. It's a brilliant fucking show, especially when it was actually good. But the Twilight Zone... I don't know, Rod Serling. Fucking
the Simpsons stopped pushing boundaries like 15 fucking years ago, and it just keeps going on and on. It hasn't been fucking funny, and it's like a bad joke now. I mean, Twilight Zone.
And so much of the foundation, like, if you guys realize how much fucking sci-fi concepts had their fucking birth on that show, that it, like, are still used this day.
That's another show you've just got to watch.
I mean, it's just fucking, oh my God, the Twilight Zone. I mean, I get that some of it's a little silly by modern standards and shit, but if you fucking put yourself in the right mindset.
We come from Venus. You know, there's shit
some
like that.
Stupid shit like, but whatever. It's fun and it's good. And the stuff, the concepts are fucking brilliant and the morals are great. It's like Aesop's fables in modern day. There's twists in every fucking episode practically. It's always good. Fuck you. Every episode of the Twilight Zone's good, except for the ones that suck, which there are some, but whatever. Voyager Game. I mean,
Game of Thrones.
It's fucking. Hey,
I mean, the Voyager doesn't stack up to Game of Thrones.
I mean, I probably personally enjoy Voyager a little more, but like whatever. I can acknowledge that Game of Thrones is a better fucking. Voyager has too many flaws for me to fucking really fight for it against a fucking show that's pretty much flawless until its last season or so. Star Trek, TNG, Stranger Things. TNG.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a fucking contest. I'm sorry.
Stranger Things, it's great that you made it to this round. I think you had some weak competition, though, buddy.
Stranger Things did have some pretty weak competition, and going up against a Titan like TNG, it's just not going to do anything.
Looney Tunes versus South Park. I almost feel like South Park at its best was really just like Looney Tunes.
Let me ask you this:
cranked up to a fucking more adult level.
Are we now really considering just the totality of South Park? Because South Park's gone to total shit.
Yeah, I mean, we did it to The Simpsons, so we got to do it to this too. I think.
Not really funny anymore.
There's awful Looney Tunes shit that's happened.
There
too.
Definitely is.
Like Space Jams and shit like that. But that's not a TV show. I mean, really, the Looney Tunes themselves are not a TV show.
I'm thinking the classic Looney Tunes.
But we're talking about the classics fucking.
And I know you're saying, you're considering with South Park.
We can't talk about every iteration.
But Space Jam, look, Space Jam, whatever, it's a cash-in. I mean, that's all Space Jam ever was the first time. I mean, the genesis of Space Jam, if you don't know, it was basically a commercial.
Yeah.
That's why it's like so commercial heavy, because it was essentially that's all it was. And then it's like, so Michael Jordan's going to do some shit. Why don't we just make a fucking movie and hire like 1 million animators? Why not? And I mean, it worked. It didn't really work the second time around, but, law of diminishing returns.
I feel like I've never actually noticed this before. But now that I'm really thinking about it and comparing these two things, Looney Tunes and South Park have very similar senses of humor.
They do.
They actually have, like, the fucking whole bit about, like, I could totally see Cartman doing the exact same things Bugs Bunny did, where he's fucking fiddling the fucking rednecks to beat each other up. Like, even if that hadn't existed to parody, I could see Cartman doing that exact fucking gag.
Oh, God, of course.
So, like, there's a lot of stuff in South Park that could be done in Looney. Like the humor is actually very similar in a lot of ways. Even like down to like the drier humor and stuff. And like now South Park is way more sociopathic with its humor. It's way more willing to like just kill a bunch of people or something. And it's way more. I mean, both of them took pot shots at the celebrities of the day and fucking did satire. So like they're similar in that regard as well. It's just kind of a matter of who did it better and who was funnier. And South Park was not restrained by having to make it like a certain level of appropriate. And I think that, honestly, if the Looney Tunes writers had been able to do whatever the fuck they wanted, I think they'd be winning this. But the fact that Matt and Trey had so much more freedom, I think, just makes their fucking shit funnier because they could do jokes that the Looney Tunes people just couldn't fucking do.
But also, unfortunately, now, I mean, and we're really basing this on the past because if we're talking about the present with South Park, I just don't think it's there anymore.
I think South Park still shows glimmers of fucking pretty good fucking
it
funniness,
shows, I mean, it shows glimmers of it.
I don't think South Park has gone to shit in the same way that The Simpsons has gone to shit. Oh, God,
no, I'm not going to make that claim.
I think South Park has gotten less good. I don't think it's gotten bad necessarily. I think there were some bad seasons, but I feel like...
Such a I don't know.
It doesn't live up to what it was, and that's true.
Isn't that the hardest part about it? Because if it just went to the show, like The Simpsons, you can just see it. It's like rote commercialization of the product, have a fucking famous person on. It's some, here's some play-by-the-number jokes that people can't even voice act anymore because they've aged enough or their vocal fucking nodules are just too fucking thick to actually sound like the person. They've had cast members die. They've had fucking, oh no, this person shouldn't play this character because they're white. Controversy. We've had all this fucking shit. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't fucking know. I mean, at the end of the fucking day, I guess I'm fine to go with fucking South Park, but it's like I feel like what happened with the fucking Simpsons, it just went down a shitty path.
Yeah,
it went down that fucking shitty path.
I don't know. Maybe we should leave it. Maybe we should put it out to the chat because I do feel kind of conflicted on this.
But to be fair too, I mean, like, you're right. Definitely edge of your fucking show.
But I don't know. I feel like when I really think about like the quality of like the writing, I feel like Looney Tunes honestly has better writing a lot of the time.
But when you have to be restrained, isn't there kind of an art form to that?
Yeah, I mean, there was like there's kind of a beauty in how they like they still made you laugh without having the ability to cross those certain lines. I don't know. I'm gonna put it to the chat. I honestly am very conflicted, so I will let you guys decide
Yeah, decide for us. Like, look,
we're too stupid to figure this one out.
Any tough decision in life, it's like, let's just ask a bunch of other people.
We're going to take our lifeline and ask the audience.
And then if it goes badly, we just blame you guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God. If we get a bunch of comments like, idiots, it should have been South Park. We're like, oh, we really wanted it to be that, but the stupid-ass chat.
Stupid chat fucked it all up.
So take the responsibility away from us. Put it on your shoulders.
So while they're figuring that out, we'll figure out this next one, which is Star Trek DS9 versus Rick and Morty.
Oh, shit, dude. The unstoppable force or the immovable object, dude.
Blah blah blah. He blah blah. Keep push da.
I feel like I do love DS9, but I just feel like it's definitely tough, but it feels like with TNG going so far. That one of them, it's almost like it's got to go, and if it's gonna have to go against somebody, I mean, Rick and Morty is a strong ass opponent to go out against.
Yeah, I think we have a similar fucking appreciation for Rick and Morty. I don't know, it's just so up my fucking alley. But Star Trek DS9 really is too. But I don't know, Rick and Morty just like it's so much like both of these shows explore a lot of fucking science fiction concepts, but I feel like Rick and Morty has even more ability to do that than DS9 does. The weak spot of DS9 has always been that it's centrally located in one place. It's not an exploratory vessel like the Enterprise or something. And that does kind of hurt it. And
it's more serialized too. So I mean, like it was nice on TNG. Like they're in a totally different world now. And
yeah,
it's like, and having it almost be self-contained a lot of the time. And obviously they had the cliffhangers and shit, different seasons, but.
And then you're like, the first couple of seasons of DS9 are kind of weak too.
Really great endings.
It does take a while.
Kind of like the last season of DS9 is awesome though.
It really is fucking great. I'm gonna go with my gut and say Rick and Morty. But yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one for me.
It's tough, but I have to agree with you because I just feel like I really want it to come down. It's like probably TNG and something else.
Yeah, like we know TNG. The fact that TNG is moving forward kind of makes me be like, okay, DS9, I like you a lot, but maybe you can stay. I don't know.
Well,
it's so let's already see what's going on here. It looks like South Park has edged out Looney Tunes in this vote.
All right, I hope that was the right decision, guys, because we pretty much put it all on you.
Yep, you guys made that one. That was your choice. So Twilight Zone versus Game of Thrones. I've let Game of Thrones. I let Game of Thrones beat Voyager because I wasn't willing to fight for Voyager. But let's not ignore the fact that Game of Thrones has a really shitty fucking ending. Let's not ignore the fact that it is one of the worst finales of all time. And honestly, the entire final season of the show is pretty fucking weak.
Besides the battle for fucking
but a lot of the fucking shit just like doesn't. It doesn't really go.
Remember when it took us 3 seasons to get from King's Landing to the Wall? And like now it takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, they fucking learned fast travel for sure.
They fucking got Obsidian or fucking not Obsidian, Oblivion, fucking fast travel.
I just feel like the last. Shit. I feel like the last season really drags this show down pretty fucking far because like the last entire. It's just like with Dexter season 8 being so bad, like. The season being so fucking bad to round up the show means that so much of like what you've invested in for so long has just amounted to fucking dog shit. So, I don't know. That's gotta catch up with Game of Thrones at some point. I think this is the place to fucking do it. I think the Twilight Zone is a fucking respectable place to take Game of Thrones out of this fucking contest.
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know because Game of Thrones gave us a lot of fucking great television.
It did.
Dude.
I'm not going to deny it did.
I mean, and end up in a bad place. We all kind of know, for the most part, endings fucking suck.
And it could have ended a lot fucking stronger than it did.
You know, the big problem with Game of Thrones,
everything that you liked about it early on,
the two
was
creators
spit on.
thought they were going to get a fucking run off to Disney and make some Star Wars movies. They didn't give a fuck about the last season. We all know it.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and that's a huge. I mean, look, it's a fucking fair shot, and it's definitely a body shot to Game of Thrones for being in the conversation for best TV show. But I don't know if it's a knockout punch against Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone is a great show.
It's got some. Twilight Zone has issues,
but does it have? I mean, I don't know. Did it have the same impact on television I feel Game of Thrones did?
Probably.
But you know, I'll tell you why I'll vote Twilight Zone. Because one of the things is a lot of shows and their fandoms like are still strong even after the show ends. Like Avatar. There's a really strong fandom for that. When Rick and Morty ends, there'll still be a fucking cult following that. Tom and Jerry or whatever, like The Simpsons, they have these cult followings. Game of Thrones, even today, does not have that because it ended so poorly and isolated and pissed off so many fans that I feel like the Twilight Zone would have more defenders and supporters, honestly.
Let's do it. I just think it's the time to take it out. TNG versus South Park. I think TNG. I hate to be so fucking glib with something that's so far along in the contest, but like TNG.
No, I'm not voting for South Park over TNG.
Yeah,
we could have a fucking fake debate about it, but
we've been doing this long enough. We don't need a fucking fake debate.
It'd be totally false.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty, fucking steel chairs, fucking Twilight Zone.
All right, so yeah.
I mean,
I don't know why these last. I don't know why the semifinals was such a fucking slobber knocker, but it was.
That's how it goes sometimes in competitions. I mean, even fucking real life sports and shit. It's like, the first round's more exciting than the second, but the final round. Oh man, this is fucking tough as fuck, dude. This is like childhood nostalgia versus like, oh man, the hip fucking. The show of basically the show of the moment as far as animation is concerned. The fucking top dog, the fucking champ right now. I mean, TNG was the fucking champ back in the day. It's like, dude, it's like the ultimate battle. It's like what you love now, new versus like the childhood old of like. Remember, I was a dumbass kid and watched Star Trek and pretended like I knew what the fuck they was talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Them was the days. So you got Rick and Morty where it's all like, I'm a cynical fuck and I don't give a fuck. Oh, what's this show? Oh, this show is weird and irreverent and oh my God, I love it. It's so great. Oh, it's edgy. But it gets away with it. Oh, but it's not. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, like, so it's like, there's like, that's just, I'm narrating my fucking process, but I don't know, TJ, what are you thinking? I mean, is it similar?
Look, there's other
similar
stuff.
Space. I mean,
there's a lot of stuff behind Star Trek: The Next Generation that's like not just nostalgia. There's a lot of stuff about it.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, that's pulled it through these rounds. So obviously,
let's be real here. Like, there's the two things that have made it to the the two things that made it to the fucking final round here are very similar in one regard. So both these shows are shows where every week it's like a new thing that's going on. And every week, some sort of new concept is explored. These are very like concept-driven fucking shows.
And I mean, honestly, wildly varying quality. I mean, really, because there's some episodes of Rick and Morty you're like, oh my fucking God, perfect episode. TNG the same way. And then other episodes you're like, it's good.
For me, it comes down to cast, right? So you almost have polar opposites, like Rick Sanchez and Jean-Luc Picard could not be more fucking different.
No.
Like polar opposite fucking sorts of characters.
The ultra ethical, like I have to always do the right thing. I mean, like lives by like a strong moral code, a strong leader who looks and builds consensus. And
selfless, principled fucking guy.
Versus the guy that just does not give a shit and wants to be
nihilistic, drunkard, depressed, fucking angsty, fucking douchebag, hates everybody, treats people like garbage.
Dude, leading his grandson down a path of dog shit. I mean, really, if we're just being honest, it's like
total asshole from the word go.
Just a corrupting influence, like literally, like has sex with like species that take over planets and just ricks too much, even for like a hive mind. I mean, one of just the shittiest.
It's that toxic, right?
Yeah, like that toxic of a fucking goddamn human being.
So it's like polar opposite fucking central characters there. But then you have secondary characters to tell the stories through. So you have Morty, who's like, I think he wants to do the good thing, but he's like, he's a teenage boy.
He's also corrupted easily.
He's corrupted by fucking Rick. He's corrupted by fucking his sex drive. He's corrupted by whatever the fuck. He's a teenage boy. You have Summer, teenage girl. You have Jerry, pushover fucking husband. You have Beth, fucking controlling, domineering fucking mom. On Star Trek, you have Data, android who strives to be human. You have Worf, who's fucking like a total fucking warrior culture psychopath, but he's trying to fit in with human beings.
Yeah, it's basically from Two Worlds kind of story.
You've got fucking Riker, who's just like the suave playboy dude, but he's like, all business when it's fucking time to work. You got Deanna Troi, who's a fucking dumbass fucking bitch. You got
and you got
Wesley Crusher, who's a fucking dumbass little bitch.
Oh no! I think we found.
And you got fucking other people who are.
We found a huge flaw.
Well, no, but wait.
In TNG.
Well, I see. I think there's a little give and take here, because I feel like when it really comes down to it, TNG has a lot of characters that are better to explore certain plots through than Rick and Morty does.
Sure.
But I also feel like it has a lot of characters that are worse to explore those plots through. Like, if I see that there's no fucking, if I'm watching Rick and Morty and I'm like, it's a summer episode, I'm not like, fuck. But if I'm watching TNG and it's like, it's a fucking,
it's a Wesley
episode. It's a Wesley episode. It's like, no. It's a Deanna Troi episode. Fuck me.
But you know what?
There's no Rick and Morty character where I'm like, oh no, not this one.
But let's be honest, it's also a victim of the time it came out because it was a syndicated television show and they had
26 episodes of fucking
season. And they've
season.
got to deliver a fuck ton of episodes.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty doesn't have to deliver fucking filler episodes.
It can just do what it wants.
So I mean, like, that's why that shit existed. If we're being honest, like, I think if TNG was like 12 episodes a fucking season or something like that, it pretty much would have been home run after home run after home run.
Well, let's be real here, though. When fucking Captain Picard comes on that view screen, he's like, I am Locutus of Borg.
Oh,
it's like,
shit.
what does that do to you? That sends even me doing a shitty impression of that gives me the shivers. You know what I mean? Is there a Rick and
lights?
Is there a Rick and Morty moment, even in its most dramatic and shit, that's like, I'm shit. Oh, it sends shivers down my legs and my spine. To think about it.
There's many things that Rick and Morty has been and can be, but I would say truly Shakespearean is not one of them.
Probably the closest it came was the end of the fucking Rick Lantis mix-up or whatever, where the reveal that evil Morty won the presidential election and makes a little speech and does the music and stuff. But that ain't Locutus of Borg territory. That ain't fucking. I'm not like, whoa, holy shit. I don't know, man. And it just shows me that, like, there's a level of care about the characters in Star Trek that just ain't there in Rick and Morty because they're more comical.
Now, look, before we vote, I think, and let's preface by saying, like, I like to go to the chat, but I don't think you guys should decide. I think me and TD have got to decide this, but I want to hear what the chat has to say. Well, how do they feel between?
So we're gonna listen. We're gonna do a poll,
bias.
but we're not going to list. We're not going to necessarily go with what you guys think.
Well, we want to hear what you guys think.
We just want to know because we want you guys.
Is it
as
much of a dilemma for you guys, or is it just like, hey, like we like us, like you're like a fucking Trekkie, and you're like, I gotta vote TNG, or you're just like, no, these guys are just stuck in the Star Trek bullshit. It's Rick and Morty all the way.
ST.
There's people that probably already totally disagree with this list to begin with, and we get that.
Both these shows fucking suck. Okay,
they
fine.
fucking suck.
Obviously, this poll ain't for you, but hey, whatever.
But I see that every time we do any list, I always see that, like, God, these guys are fucking total morons. They got it so wrong.
All right, you guys know.
It should be The Sopranos. It should be Avatar right here. Or DBZ.
So you guys don't. We're putting a poll up. You guys don't have to type it out. You can fucking do the poll. Let us know what you fucking think. How many times did TNG make you cry? Like when Rick got dumped and tried to off himself. It's a different tone, but I think you care about. I mean, I'm not saying you don't care about the characters in Rick and Morty. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think that because, Rick's kind of nihilism sort of affects the whole tone of the show and makes the characters like you almost don't for the same reason Rick doesn't really care. I feel like you don't really care because even if someone dies or something, there's always like an alternate universe version of them that's the same. That can be brought in if Jerry was like, Jerry was killed,
in the show.
Bring him in the shit.
I mean, with multiverse theory, it's just like, I mean, it's almost basically
but
infinite realities.
I guess sometimes Rick and Morty kind of gives you the feels in the sense of like, that's fucked up. Like it's kind of an uncomfortable thing. And you know that it might be true if there's like a multiverse. Like a lot of the stuff that's disturbing about it might actually be real.
Well, a lot of times which
kind of fucking takes a little wind out of your fucking sails or your ego.
But doesn't
Rick
and Morty at the same time take like a cosmic view of things a lot of times where it's just like, you're like basically your actual value to the universe is nothing. It doesn't. You don't matter. You're irrelevant. It doesn't fucking matter. You have no purpose. If you think you have a purpose, it's an illusion.
I mean, and that's the exact opposite of what Star Trek: The Next Generation tells you. It tells you that you have a grand destiny, and maybe it's not a guaranteed destiny or something, but like humanity is capable of great things, basically.
Well, it's the mindset of basically with the time travel that occurs, and I mean, because a lot of times, like, and then obviously the multidimensional shit. It's like Rick and Morty explores kind of very similar things in Star Trek, but just the way it's approached and the point of view is so drastically different that, I mean, in a lot of ways, you just see this. You see when you're just trying to compare them, all the similarities for the show and why I think we enjoy them. Obviously, it's like every week it's a new adventure. It's always exciting in that sense to have. A cast and the ability to do that, to take you to a new fucking world. It can basically be a new world. Oh, we're meeting into dispute in this episode. Okay, this episode we're asking this question. So there's so many episodes of TNG that have asked profound questions or made social commentary that was super relevant. But Rick and Morty has done the same thing. I mean, but in just a totally different way. It's like I was watching one where it's like podcasts are boring and they suck. It's like, and I was like, hey, I'm a podcast. Like, oh shit, he's kind of right. Fuck. Oh fuck.
Like, oh damn it. No.
Like, I've been owned by a fucking cartoon.
Right.
Like, what is this?
You know, it's brilliant.
But that's what I'm saying. That there's a brilliance to the fucking show.
Fuck me, man. This is hard. I mean, look, they did just like it's like just in the way that Picard and Rick are total opposites. These shows are total opposites, but they're very similar too, because both of them are science fiction shows that explore a different concept every week. I'm kind of retreading the same shit here, just trying to suss this out. But
through like the alien lens of like, okay, they're going to this weird fucking galaxy,
right? But they're seeing everything through a human fucking perspective, though.
Well, I'll give you an answer. What about the episode where like they go to that theme park where you can basically just like be revived endlessly as long as you're within the force field, and it's like there's like this moral quandary for Jerry as a character. It's like, what do I do? Do I kill Rick? Because Rick's a piece of shit and he hates Rick, and there's somebody and Rick's dunked on Jerry endlessly. But there's this basic humanity to Jerry, which is like, I probably just shouldn't kill somebody. And also then there's like that fear, like there's also a fear side of it. Like if I kill him, then like, I'll have one up on Rick and I'll get rid of this piece of shit. But then I'm scared. What about the consequences? So you see like, there's this huge moral quandary in that episode, but it's just explored in a different way. And like Star Trek, they would have done it more of like a play. You know what I mean? And Rick and Morty does it in just this more of like fucking fast paced. This all happens in a few seconds. Or a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then the plot can totally flip. So I feel like if the show is more extemporaneous in a lot of respects, because obviously it's animation, you can do whatever the fuck you want. They want to go to another fucking world where everyone's a fucking giant ass, they can do it.
I guess that, it's kind of, I mean, you bring up a good point with the pacing shit, because, like, obviously Rick and Morty is, like, very fast-paced, like, boom, 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 to the point where you kind of almost have to rewatch certain episodes to, like, see what the fuck even happened in certain scenes and shit. It's, like, very concerned with getting as much information through to you as
very boom, boom. It hits the same. It hits similar points, so you kind of understand.
TNG though is like not afraid to let the characters have like a long discussion about what's going on.
Let the show breathe.
Like there might be a scene in fucking TNG where two characters talk about the situation. That's half the length of a goddamn entire episode of Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Like there's a fucking scene in that episode where that time traveler shows up and they think he's a historian. He's not. He's a kind of a con man, but whatever. He's a historian who's there from the future to document this great moment in the past with Picard and the crew and shit. And
everyone's of course tempted to ask him what they try to affect the outcome.
Picard is like faced with this scenario where he has to like try to figure out whether he should do one thing or another thing to save this planet. And then he tries to start petitioning this future guy for information. And he's like, there's this whole argument about like, causality and whether it's ethical to affect the fucking past and all this other stuff. And Picard fucking making the argument that like the future is unwritten, and the guy being like, for me it is, because to me it's the past. And there's just like a whole long, like probably like 8-minute discussion about this stuff, and it's really entertaining and it's really engaging, and the performances are great and the emotions are high, the stakes are fucking loaded. It really lets the fucking scenario breathe. And in Rick and Morty, that would be handled in like a 20-second thing. They'd figure out some way to do the same. If they want to have the same thing, they'd be like 2 lines. It'd be like a pithy little
It'd be like a bit. It'd basically be like a bit put in there.
But they'd fucking do it, but they'd figure out a way to do it super fast. And I feel like in some ways it's like, wow, that's impressive. They were able to condense so much into so little space. But then another part of me is like, but it's like, what about letting it breathe? What about like having this like moment and let us like exploring this?
But really, it shows you how much the culture has changed, because like, TNG was like
Carl Sagan-esque sort of way,
Well, TNG at the time was like, that's how TV was done more, So like, and it's like, I feel like they want to sell a number of ads and they're doing these programs, so the episodes are about like 42 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So you have about 20 minutes where it's like, if you're watching these when they were syndicated, you're fucking watching commercials. So I mean, like they did condense things down for sure, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like they weren't able to do it as quickly, and usually they wanted to hit certain notes in an episode, and obviously they had a number of different directors. So you see, there's so many angles of approach, and I mean, like a lot of episodes are actually directed by Patrick Stewart directed episodes, Jonathan Frakes directed episodes,
bunch of episodes.
Brent Spiner, I think, directed some. Even who's Geordie? God,
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
I mean, so like you get so many different angles.
Someone just pointed out that the first couple of seasons of TNG are super lame. I think that there's some good episodes in there here and there, but you're right. For the most part, they are kind of weak seasons. The show doesn't really start super strong. I feel like it takes a few seasons to really get going.
Definitely, especially the first season of the show.
Season 3 is probably when it starts to really get going at all. But yeah,
Rick and Morty doesn't really suffer from that. The first season, Rick and Morty.
Well, some people say that the later seasons of Rick and Morty are not as strong. I don't agree, but so I'm not even gonna bring that up really. But that is a contention out there. Not really one I agree with. So fuck it.
So let's look here. I mean, we're about to end this poll. So if you guys don't want to go vote,
yeah. So there's 7 minutes ago. We started the poll 7 minutes ago. It has 28 votes. 57% say Star Trek. 43% say Rick and Morty. Like I said, we're not really gonna go by you guys on this one, but I did want to hear what you had to say. So if anyone wants to get their votes in that poll last minute, we'll keep it up for another couple minutes here while we fucking suss this out. I don't know. Are you leaning a certain way on this? I feel like you're leaning towards Rick and Morty, but I don't know.
Dude, it's like really... It's like I'm arguing, like, do I like the future better or the past better? And not in the future, but just say the present.
Right.
Because I feel like Rick and Morty right now is just perfectly in tune to our culture and what people want as far as an animated show. That's why everyone's chasing them right now. And I feel like TNG was probably similar back in the day. That's why there were so many spinoffs. TNG launched that. There wouldn't have been a Deep Space Nine or a Voyager or any of this other shit if it hadn't been a TNG.
Right.
And I mean, the Star Trek shit's not as popular as the Star Wars stuff by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, not even close. But, and I feel like in my heart, I part of me really wants to vote for both of these shows. So it's it's kind of like asking which kid do you like better? Maybe you do feel like you almost have a favorite, but then when it comes time to say it, you just you can't find the fucking words. You know what I mean? This is so fucking goddamn fucking tough because I really love both of these fucking shows to death. And I'm fucking horrible at making decisions like this. I'm horrible. I don't know. Does it feel any easier for you? Do you feel like that, because I feel like I said, normally I wouldn't even care, but I feel like I'm fucking sliding a good show either way I do it. And I mean, you have to.
I mean, that's just the fucking nature of the beast. One has to fucking go on.
I hate this kind of shit, though, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to, it's people ask me for a fucking favorite. I'm not good at fucking picking a favorite. I've never been good at it.
You got to do it. It's the fucking time. It's crunch time, man. You got to fucking, the gauntlet is thrown down.
So you want me to go first? I mean, I guess I'll do it if that's what you want. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, both of us are in the same fucking boat here, because you just said shit that's basically, I don't know if I'm in the exact same dilemma, but it's a fucking pretty close dilemma.
It's a close, I mean, whatever, no matter how you look at it, it's a fucking contentious race. It's neck and neck.
Well, here's what I fucking say to myself. Rick and Morty is funnier. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Star Trek's a little more thoughtful.
Yeah.
Okay. Star Trek's got probably some more fucking dramatic tension because they're allowed to explore that kind of stuff more. There's definitely more tension in Star Trek: The Next Generation because one of the consequences I think of Rick and Morty being so fast paced is that tension kind of goes out the window. The only fucking sources of tension on the show are direct conflict. That's probably why everything is so contentious. Is just the heat of the moment and everyone being fucking at odds and oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. But I feel like there's never much room to really ratchet up that quiet, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? It's just because everything's just there's always.
If we're being honest, don't a lot of shows have to rely on that to keep your interest? And it's a rare thing that Rick and Morty does not have to rely on the more conventional forms of storytelling. It has to have that cliffhanger. Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
I agree. I mean, there's some strength to that, but I don't know. I kind of prefer a little bit more breathing room, I think. But I love the fucking pace of Rick and Morty for what it is. It's these are very similar shows in some regards and very different shows in other regards.
Oh yeah.
And it's I don't know. They're one is almost like a dark twin of the other in a way. Coleman is right. KOTH is best. Oh, King of the Hill, right?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that would totally be I would have so much trouble if King of the Hill was
King of the Hill was even on this list. It would have gone out in the first fucking round. When in doubt, TJ, when in fucking doubt, you gotta go with your fucking gut, dude. And I love Rick and Morty to death, but I'm gonna vote TNG. I mean, look, I think we're both kind of at the same place as far as like it's a tough vote either way. And I do love Rick and Morty to fucking death. But end of the day, dude, I gotta pretend like I'm an intellectual. I know everyone goes with the fucking like, oh, Rick and Morty for smart guys. So I can't vote for that one. You gotta like, the shit in the past was smarter, had more to fucking say. And like I said, it's got room to fucking breathe. And sometimes you need that. And I feel like Rick and Morty probably couldn't go the other direction as well. I don't think they could really be anything but what they are, which is a brilliant fucking show that every show right now is almost chasing in a fucking sense. But I'm going to go with my past. I'm going to go with my bias, my nostalgia fucking boner. Because why the fuck not? The past was always better, right? We know what the past was like. We know fucking TNG is good. Maybe they make some shitty-ass, fucking stanky-ass episodes of Rick and Morty, and this ages like shit, and we're all like, fuck Rick and Morty, we hate it. I hope it doesn't happen. But, Rick and Morty's still being written. So, you know what? I have to judge it based on that, and I'm going to go TNG.
I think that's where my heart is, too, so.
Oh, damn.
I agonized for a long fucking time.
They even put up a fucking fight.
I couldn't do it. I tried.
You know what? Because it's like fucking shooting old yeller behind the barn, dude. You feel like you got to do it.
Yeah.
But you can't do it. You're like, I can't pull the fucking trigger.
You look.
Let him get rabies and kill me.
All right, come on, Captain Carr. We're going behind the barn. You just look him in the eye and just can't bring yourself to do it.
But Rick's a prick though, so you can take him behind the barn and shoot him in the fucking.
Rick, you just take him. Yeah, it's like, hey, Rick, look, here's some booze. What? Boom, dead. I don't know.
And look, in the Rick and Morty universe,
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
In the Rick and Morty universe, dude, Rick's gonna be back anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's infinite fucking Ricks. What?
There's only one Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I think that's enough for you guys, right? You guys are good. You guys like that?
You guys had your fucking fill, huh?
We did 3 hours for you. That's pretty good shit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys loved it. See you fucking next time.
Yeah, next month for some more fucking Fighting Boys shit.
And be sure to subscribe to the Fighting Boys channel if you're not already.
Do it now. Go now. What are you doing?
You're already there right now if you're watching this, so just click the subscribe button down below.
It's our first stream.
Let us know. This is our first stream here ever, by the way.
Popping the stream's cherry.
Popping the streaming cherry. That's right. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.